But guys, I'm gonna get the map draft and the Civ draft up on screen for you. Get everything underway. Looking forward to this one. They did not change their names here for this map draft, so it's a good question as to who's on either side. But regardless, general bag over here bans Dry Lake and Forest, selects Bog, Delta, and Arena Cove. Shaman's in chat, so that is Shawbros general bag. And then Taco must be Philip Augustus, and they will have banned Offshore Deposits, Water Arena, and select Nomad Hubs and Shaded Pond. So, a lot of maps, Hitch. A lot of different ones. Exciting times.
Yeah, yeah, I'm excited about all these maps. I mean, we all love lanes here, and very exciting to see a lot of game ones here that'll get played will be their first or second time we've seen on team games. So very exciting.
Yeah, absolutely. Civs up next, guys. Gonna put that on your screens. We'll scroll down here for the bans. Shawbros ban Spanish and Huns, and then Taco will ban Gujaras and Portuguese. Then Shawbros has Hindustanis, Mongols, Vikings, Byzantines, Lithuanians, Koreans, Saracens, Malians, Japanese, Burgundians, Britons, and Slavs. While Taco's team will have Ethiopians, Persians, Franks, Berbers, Italians, Mayans, Dravidians, Celts, Vietnamese, Khmer, Tatars, and Malay. So, lots of different civs. A lot going on here. It's going to be really fun to watch, especially with the map diversity here. Never know who we're going to see where.
Absolutely.
Hitch, thank you for joining us this evening. Appreciate it, man.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, anytime. For those who don't know, Hitch here created these maps, so it's always good to have him around for some casting as well. But I am ready when you are, sir.
I'm ready.
I'm at 5 seconds.
I'm ready.
3, 2, 1, go. All right. Tacos team. In the green and blue here, we will have Mayans and Franks. And then on the opposite side, Shawbros. Greg will have Japanese Hindustanis for Shaman.
Yeah, all seem like good teams to me for this. Japanese may be not the most common pick on this map, especially considering the maps drafted here. But
Yeah, but I mean, Man at Arms we have seen do really well, and Greg, we've seen him do some fun things when it comes to the militia line in this bracket alone. So maybe he's thinking about trying to do something else up that road again.
this is one of those fun generations of battlegrounds. You get where you have each opponent very close to one other opponent, and you're kind of really far away from your ally. Um, so mobility is going to be key here, right? The scout, knight, camel, whatever it would be, player, going to be deciding with this huge gap between teammates.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's always fun to see the 2v2s on this map. Something we have watched a lot of as of late, but altogether, it's a lot of fun to see the different Civ matchups and how everything goes here. Gujara's band, not too surprising, they're pretty OP at the moment. But Hindustanis will be here for Shaman. It's going to be interesting to see how they match up here. I think it's probably a pretty solid matchup for him, though, up against Franks.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, trying to make sense of where they are, though. You have taco teams on the north side of the map, right? So you have Franks versus Japanese, right? And Mayans versus Hindustani.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
going to be
that's
how it's
true.
going to play out early on.
Yeah.
So yeah, how do you feel about those? You know, if you're looking at feudal and early castle, that's where you're going to see the fights.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. We're gonna have to see how it plays out. Scout gonna go under the TC here. Blue may lose his, but so far Greg yet to realize. And it's just sitting there. He could get the kill quite easily, actually. But Frank's amazing civ, good farm eco behind this. We'll see how everything works out for them as they will head to the mid. Looks like to get a mill up on the berries. Another great bonus for the Franks on this map.
Yeah. Shaw also going out to the mid on hunt. So getting out there for the food, vulnerability and reward though. What did Greg do? What is he so upset about? What is Shaw so upset with Greg for? I don't know.
Hoping that he would have killed that scout, I think. Probably. It was right under the town center. Lots of herdables brought in. Still 10 of them for our green player here. So he's definitely been out across the mid,
Yeah.
getting some of that extra resources.
Mesosiv really paying off in regard to the turkey here. You know, they must feel right at home, right on the tropical map with the turkeys. So
Hey, you know, it's still food, right?
it's good. And that makes him the you know, our green player here, the only one to not go forward so far for the middle hunt in berries. With actually you have Shaw or Greg going out for 2 mills in the middle, so very aggressive on the center food.
Yeah, I mean, that's one thing with Japanese in this map that does make it a little bit more viable, that cheaper mill coming into play here. Feudal Age first for us for Shaw here, so he will be up and into the next age the fastest. Right now it's pretty close all the way around, obviously early game, but Taco's actually ahead by 3 vills at the moment, partially because Shaman's on his way to the next stage. Greg fully walling up over here. He will be relying on some walls for the defensive.
Now I know people. Okay, I was going to say I know people don't love Palisade gates, but with this many vills out front, wouldn't you want one? But there it comes up. You'd hate to have 10 vills plus outside and them get stranded out there.
Yeah, not something that you really want to see, but he will probably see the next age up and potentially just try to retreat from that. He has already got a lot of this hunt, so lots of food out here. I think the changes with the deer have really made it a bit more intriguing for players to actually go out to the mid.
Yeah, we've gotten some play wheel here. Greg. Okay, he's going up now. Finally, okay, a little late up relative to the others. You think he's trying to fast castle, or is he just a little behind here? No, there come the barracks. So
yeah, I don't think this is any sort of fast castle here. I think fast castle isn't really that viable, but we'll see.
Yeah, I was just surprised by the time up. So all good here.
Yeah, he invested a lot into walling, so he is safe at home, from what I can tell.
Militia, he's actually building. So a late men at arms here.
Yeah, hey. Not necessarily the worst idea. He will have military in the field. He'll try to get him forward before his opponents can head that direction.
Scouts are being produced though, so we're going to see a fight here on the left, whereas on the right side, pretty peaceful so far. So actually, some scouts coming out now that I look at it from Shaw as well, and spears already being prepped. So for Taco, I'm sorry for Pepe.
Yep. Greg gonna pull back 5 vills and go to stone. So vills from the first mill that he made cleaned up the hunt, and now we'll head towards the stone, which is interesting. Don't think there's no vills going forward here or anything, so potentially
Scouts going forward for Shaw, but there are already spears all over this front. I don't know how much success 3 scouts are going to have here.
Yeah, and the scouts have come over to help defend here for our blue player as well. So he is more concerned about helping his teammate than dealing with Greg at the moment. Oh, and these are stone walls from Greg.
I was gonna say, or is it, oh, we didn't Greg do this last time?
Yeah,
Yeah, okay, okay. So are we gonna oh, and he's Japanese. Are we gonna be diving long swords on DCs again?
I
I
think
won't
it's a good
complain.
possibility.
He gets a
Nice,
Vil pick, yeah.
nicely done there. Scouts are gonna come back home. Scouts for Shaman will be here as well. So we'll have to try to clean this up. Archer numbers are only at 2 right now for our green player, so they're a bit behind on the front here, especially with the mobility already over here for Shaman.
Yeah, I mean, and this is a little bit of what I was talking about with the speed of the scouts being so important here. Is it's 2v1, and the spearmen that Green has made aren't coming and can't really get there in time, right?
Yeah, and these man-at-arms will absolutely melt these palisades if they're left to fight with them. Looks like they're pulling back to help fight the scout numbers here. It's a really tough engagement. Obviously, our blue player trying to take the best possible engagement, but really needs his teammate to come over here, and I don't see anything coming across the map here for green. Everything is staying at home.
He is getting some archers. I mean, and a few spears and archers could definitely pressure shot home and pull him back. But it's still, you know, you don't like to be in blue's position, though. They're doing all right. He's taking good trades, I think, here for what it is.
Yeah, man-at-arms diving, though, unfortunately gonna lose one to the town center. Maybe a little bit too busy at home trying to get some things done. But all in all, stone walls double walled up here. I'm sure he'll be very happily safe at home. Archers, spears, and an eagle are forward at Shaw's base at the same time, though, so a lot to pay attention to here.
Yeah, absolutely. If Greg plays how I remember Greg playing, I mean, you can see Cressy here, how Cressy Blue getting kind of lulled into a sense of security here when he sees these stone walls. But he's going to have 15 longswords come in, and they can get right through his houses and buildings real quick. So I'm looking forward to that potential play. Right now, it's interesting watching Green, right? Like you have some pressure coming in on Shotman.
Yeah, I mean, he is putting some pressure on, but is he really going to be able to do enough here is the question. I don't even know if he's going to break through any of these walls. Looks like we're getting some extra houses down behind this to prevent them from getting in here. And
I mean,
again,
the big thing here is the military count, though. 19-6, these teams. I mean, Greg is not in the game right now. He is, I guess you could call it booming. No military on the field.
yeah, absolutely. It's going to be tough. It's going to be weird. We'll see what happens here. A big fight going on in the front with the scout numbers where actually Shaman has the advantage here with all these join the party. So he is keeping the scout numbers off of his base, and he's just going to wall behind this. So he's more than happy to sit back and let this happen. No military for Greg, though, like you said, so he is definitely looking to go up to the next stage here. Castle Age, definitely the thought process. Supplies on its way in, and we have a market blacksmith coming. So I think that
Yeah,
what
we're
we've
gonna
seen
we're gonna see the
previously
longswords.
is what we're going to see
I don't know
again.
if it makes sense to get supplies before Castle Age, if that's the plan. I mean, save the food, get up a little earlier, and research it on the way. But what do I know? Greg knows his strategy, though. He's very consistent with that.
Yeah, fun story. I actually ran into these guys on the ladder while playing with Weasel in a team game.
Oh
Random
yeah.
civs and all, and guess what happened? Longswords came.
Are there any civs that don't get longswords? That would be
There is not. I believe longsword is on every list. I
there
think
should be a
it's
civ that doesn't get it.
I think it's after that is when you don't like two-handed swords.
Oh
Like
yeah.
civs don't get two-handed swords, civs don't get champion. But I think they all get longswords.
So did Greg run you guys out? Greg and Shaw run you over on the ladder?
Oh yeah. They did for sure. It played out a little bit differently than this one is, although the scout numbers, the scout production was absolutely insane for Shaman.
Yeah,
So
see, I can't help but feel, for having such a big military lead, Taco is just not accomplishing anything with this military.
no, he's
Now
not.
we do have crossbow now though, which makes a huge difference, but it's just not felt very productive yet.
Yep, light cav gonna come in here. There's already a few of those on the field, and we're gonna see the camels added. Crossbows though do well against camels and light cav, so we'll see what happens. We are seeing
Yeah,
scale mail armor coming in for Greg though, so he's definitely going for that longswords line.
yeah, but I just don't see a world where Shaw's going to be able to stand up to what will soon be knights and crossbow alone. But as we see Shaw go across, completely ignoring the defense of his own base and everything over to blue, that with the longswords presumably about to, starting to get produced, maybe they're just going to draw them away. But tower being rushed up, villagers not going down yet, but soon. A lot of damage here. One vill down. The tower goes up.
Nah, that's not a bad trade-off. You have all this military here, you build a tower, it sends it all packing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Meanwhile, Greg's booming and happy to be at home.
Yeah. EC going up in the middle for green shortly. So securing some of that center gold.
Yeah, once these longswords show up, there are 22 man-at-arms already, and longswords being researched. So,
Yeah.
these are headed forward to do some damage here.
Yeah, I mean, and longswords will be in by the time he gets in. He does not, I think, have all of, yeah, he's not very many upgrades. He doesn't have his second attack. He doesn't have uh, second armor, but I'm sure those will come in shortly. He's getting arson, so yeah, man, he knows what he plays.
Yep,
I
the
respect it.
commitment,
I love it.
the commitment is here. It is
This is what I
real.
would do if I had the time to actually play.
Yeah, I mean, supplies, we have arson squires +2 coming in, and just 22 longswords gonna show up and just absolutely melt buildings.
Yeah, just look how this blacksmith disappears. I would have preferred going after a stable if you're doing this, but hey. No reaction from the military, still not able to get in Shaw's base. Great defense by Shaw, rushing up another tower. But I mean, if this breaks at any point, and it's going to be devastating to his economy. But here the longswords are diving.
Yeah, and it just melts. It just melts. Going
Yeah, and
against
the
the
camels
cav
are
player
here in
as well.
support. Camels kill all the knights. Camels go after the vills. Tell me you send the longsword after. Oh, there's a castle going up. You have to get over there.
I don't know if that's true. I think they're in such a good position now. It would be
Oh, I
really
know,
hard
but
for them to come
you
back from
could
this.
deny it. I'm not saying that the game's over if you don't, but I want to see it denied. If you're going to... This is the longsword TC guy, Kados. I'm so happy that I'm casting this game again. I loved this set last time.
Yeah, castle is going up, but it
Well,
will
it's
be
not.
denied.
Yeah.
72%. Longsword numbers are still here.
Okay, military is coming, but look how slow these crossbowmen are. I told you, I brought it up first thing in the game that the distance between allies was going to be huge on this map. If it were the other way around, with left versus right, this would be a way different game.
And blue is just dead. He's at 20
Yeah,
pop.
yeah. I mean, yeah. Like eh, green, it's still strong, has good military numbers, good villager numbers, but your team is down 25 vills. And blue, what's his pop?
10. And falling.
He's literally dead. This is it. There's nothing else. You got to resign.
Yep. No
It's
units
1v2.
whatsoever now.
He's gonna be defeated.
Yep. The
Jeez.
GG
Oh,
will come
brutal.
in. Shawbros
Man,
take it.
Chris, Crazy. Ooh, I'm so sorry, man. That's if. Whew,
And the crossbows army, it just shows up to Greg's base and is like, oh, stone walls.
yeah, I mean it's Greg. Obviously, I think feels like a bit of a one-trick pony here, but I mean the trick works. I feel like they've buffed infantry just enough that they're really viable. People underestimate how cheap they are, and you're not used to seeing it in competitive play, right? Like this is not normal.
Definitely not. But it is entertaining, and it was something we've seen him do
Yeah.
enough that it is going to be something I think we're going to see a lot more here in the
Yeah,
future.
he
So,
did it. He did it every game the last set. So if this goes to five, we will see five ridiculous games like that. Um, Setting aside that, another point: have we ever seen someone literally lose all their units
no, I don't
in
think
any of
so.
the tournaments? I believe that's a first here.
Yeah, I think you're right. Mayans and Franks go down here. Japanese, Hindustanis for the win. Game one went to Shawbros in a very entertaining fashion. So we will head to a home map now for Taco's team, which will either be, what is it, Nomad Hubs and Shaded Ponds next?
It is Nomad Hubs.
Alright, guys. We'll get loaded into that one here. Get to 5 seconds, and we'll be good to go. Kato's mad someone banned his map.
Man, Juicy, I gotta say, this map, a clusterfuck in 1v1, right?
Yes.
We've even played some King of the Hill, another clusterfuck, but 2v2. Oh my God, this is chaos. I am so excited to see how this goes.
Well, I am at 5 seconds when you are ready, sir.
I'm ready.
3, 2, 1, go. Hitch, just continue elaborating upon the map, why don't you?
All right. So for those of you not lucky enough to be at one of our previous tournaments, this map is a nomad start. And the hubs part, obviously, refers to these different terrain colors and types. You have the bog terrain, which has your wood. There's a little bit of food there, right? And a little bit of gold, maybe not a little bit of stone, I don't think, but a little bit of food, a little bit of gold. But the trees have extra wood on them, something like 50% more or 25% more. I'm not sure anymore. The dirt terrain has extra food, so it has more deer piles, more berry bushes, more boar. And then the stony gravel dirt terrain has extra golden stone. Now, if you look at these, show everyone one of these gold tiles that are juicy on a on a mineral hub. 1,200 gold for each pile, for each tile. Um, so tons of resources on this map. We've definitely seen play before where like a player, particularly Saracens, can just sit and only mine gold and do some incredible things here.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun to watch. It's gonna be really fun to watch, given the civilization selections as well. Mongols for Shaman, Malians here for Greg, and then the green player Pepin Soy with the Ethiopians, and then our blue player Cressy. I don't know how to pronounce these names. I'm sorry, guys. Is with Berbers. So lots of potential with these civs. Obviously, it's going to be a ton of fun. Interesting spots to start on as well. I actually think that I like our green player's town center the best, just simply because he's in between two hubs, and he's got
Yeah.
a lot of resources of all sorts nearby.
Yeah,
Uh,
I definitely think the meta, as it were, that developed for 1v1 was the common wisdom, as it were, was that Food Hub was the best start, right? To get that early start, and then you're probably putting a second TC on a Wood Hub. But this is such a chaotic map, as Nomad always is. So we'll see what happens here. I feel bad for Greg. It's not the position you want to be in with how Greg played, right? Like, it, Greg and Shaw would want to swap where they are. I would think.
Yeah, potentially. But the thing is, though, it's a home map here for Taco's team, so if Greg and Shaman go in with a strategy that they feel comfortable with on specific maps, they are just going to be happy to take their home maps, really, especially after taking Battlegrounds.
Looking at the res distribution on that, most of the wood kind of in that top right part of the map. So could see that get significant if the game goes long.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's
And then
not
most
as
of the
if there's.
gold is on the left side of the map.
Yeah, I mean, there's still a good bit of res, but yeah, you're right. The gold, really the main factor there on the left, I think. The wood, there's plenty of wood on the map,
Oh yeah.
but that gold could be somewhat of an issue. So we'll see what happens. Gonna be interesting. Gonna be a lot of fun to see how this one works out. Interesting play for Greg, going for 2 mills. One in the north on berries, one in the south of his TC area for the hunt. Not sure what that was all about there, but he's making it work.
Yeah, and this is the problem with starting on a wood hub, right? It's like just very limited food nearby, so you're forced to go out. I feel like you start on a food hub, you do have, what is it, like 10 trees maybe, or if you're lucky, like 20 trees. So you can survive off that for a bit. But if you go to a wood hub from start, you have to go out for food.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, food much more important in the early game. Obviously, the wood will be needed, but all in all, I like the distribution here on this one, to be honest. I think it makes for some really fun games, and first time we've seen it in the bracket, actually, so will be fun. Well, it's the first time we've seen it played in this bracket, so it'll be fun to see how these guys are prepared for this one.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just loving the start for green, as you said. I like the positioning there best. We'll see how it plays out.
Yeah, I mean, he's got hunt everywhere. He's got boars coming in, one already taken, a bunch of sheep that he found on his way in. Lots of food. I mean, just the 800 food from the herdables alone, plus all these berries, hunt. It's crazy the amount of food here.
Greg's going to hurt for gold this game. If he doesn't get control forward, and if he isn't pressuring green there, like, he's going to have to go a long way for gold.
Yeah, it's not going to be great. There are a lot of relics on this map, though, so we will have to pay attention, see if players pay attention to that. You get enough relics, you're not so worried about gold as much in the late game. But on this map, I don't even know the exact count. There are a lot of relics. There are 14 of them.
Yeah, I was trying to find them too. 14. Yeah, I didn't know there were that many. This is unfortunate part of a map that didn't get as balanced for 2v2, because it's kind of a very hard map to balance with how it generates.
Yeah, I love it. I love it a lot. Thank you for the follow, Mr. Cardiozotami.
He's a Zodiac.
Mr. Zodiac, alright. That'll work too. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Feudal Age is upon us.
Yeah. Yeah. There they go.
I also think the fact that we have our team of Taco down here next to each other is a major benefit.
Definitely.
I feel like our Malian player has to be the one. I mean, I guess he doesn't have to go archers, but I'm guessing he's going to go archers. But again, the way Greg plays, this could just be all in man-at-arms, right? So.
No, it definitely is. Malian, they get the extra pierce armor, 100%. like he. Now the real question though is Taco? Have they been paying attention? Right? Did they watch the cast?
I mean, they just had it happen to them, so they have to be aware that could be the situation.
But do you expect that twice? Unless you watch the previous set, do you expect it twice?
It's a good point. Probably not.
I don't know.
But
I agree. It's a map that's impossible to balance, and it's kind of the beauty of the map, is that there's no balancing Nomad hubs. but it's not in an unfair way. I think that the fact that it's Nomad makes up for all of it. Mm,
Oh yeah,
you
Nomad is very RNG based, anyways. I mean, the only thing that we should maybe revisit is the number of relics on this map for 2v2. Just because 14 is an insane number, but oh, we already have militia here. Greg is on the move, going for
yeah.
man at arms, no doubt. I love these outposts from him as well. He's building them all over the map.
I mean, and that's huge on that because you don't have the scout here. Um, it matters so much in how you play this.
Yep, Market Blacksmith coming in for our green player, so he's likely to try to go up to the next age. Interesting little wall up over here for our blue player. He's going to be very safe here.
Yeah. The only concern with that, is maybe the lack of gold inside it. He could share gold, obviously, with green with how long this gold lasts. I mean, that one pile on that one mineral hub between them has 7,000 plus gold. So that's not going to be a concern. He's going to be quite all right. Yeah, I want to see what their strat is. It's your home map. You assume they have a plan. They're coordinated to both be in the bottom corner together. I'm very excited.
Yeah, Man-at-Arms are here. They are going to try to find some damage. Castle Age going to be first for Shaman here at the Mongols. That hunt bonus obviously paying off there. He's got a nice little secure base as well. So, a couple players going very open.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we got a few diving for the walls. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Shaman picking off a few sheep with the scout.
Men at arms are here. Oh, I thought they were going to dive the TC like Gato said. Yeah, I really like Shaw's start here. I mean, it's a little, like I said, a little tough when you're not right on the food to start, but you have wood secured, you have gold secured, you're so far away. Like, he's going to have a beautiful opportunity to boom up.
Any chance our blue player is doing a little bit too much of these walls? He's very concerned about getting ransacked like he did last game here.
Yeah, and then they're not going to help. And yeah, these are very weird walls. I mean, I don't think it's the worst thing ever, but I mean, you would think if you planned to be in the corner with your ally, you could team up. You wall up together, right? Like, yeah, like why wall out your ally? You can do a team wall when you're this close.
We're gonna have stone walls. Greg is stonewalling the bog terrain.
Of course he is. It's his MO. The only surprising thing about him stonewalling is that he hasn't already palisaded walled as well.
Yeah.
Like,
Knight forward here for Shaman. He's already gotten a few pickoffs and gonna get another one there. Oh, and he's abandoning the town center. Oh my goodness. One knight here has gotten 4. It will be 5 kills. Delaying the town center.
Shaw and Greg have such a well-oiled machine here. Shaw puts on the early pressure, whether it's scouts or in this case knights. He's the first one to attack. He takes all the attention off of Greg. And Greg obviously does his men at arms. He's contributing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, all the focus goes on Shaw, and then before you even notice that Greg's still in the game, 20 longswords. I mean,
yeah, it's crazy. And he's just gonna stonewall up, and he's gonna have this nice little eco with some rice farms, and it's just gonna be a nice little compact base for himself. He has things outside of that as well, but his main eco, safe. He's on his way to the Castle Age.
longswords are cheap. That's you don't need a lot of eco, right?
Yeah, you definitely do not. Knights continue to come forward, but we do have a town center here that is on a stone pile, but no stone being taken by our Mongol player. So he's not even going into Mangadai at this point. And oh, Greg, gonna find some value with these man-at-arms.
Now that is one thing with Yeah, with this map that we didn't discuss is there's actually the one resource that there isn't a ton of on this map is stone.
Yeah.
You know, there's still plenty spread out, but it's not on the hubs, and it's a little harder to find because we didn't want there to be too many castles.
Greg has a villager over here, and it's hiding. And I think this Vil might build the barracks forward. Not yet, but it's possible. That's what we're going to see this Vil over here for. I don't even know if he realizes or this Vil has been here for a long time or not, but it's going to be interesting to see what happens there.
I think Kados might be onto something. Taco might just want to go full hand cannons. You know, Bohemians get early hand cannons out next game. Once you know how Greg plays here, I mean, so here's what I want to know. You played him. How do you beat this?
I do not have the answer to that question. Because I did not win.
Um, I I imagine it's just got to be what's happened. You've got to have the momentum, right? If you already have the momentum and you're pushing, maybe this can't happen so easy.
The barracks are here. He's building the barracks.
Oh.
They're going to build a castle in the middle between the teams, and it's not going to do anything for them. Blue's going to get run over again if
And he's probably putting the castle on that side because they know where Greg is now, and they're like, we need to lock off this side of the map with an early castle, and the barracks are going to be on the other side. That's terrible. Oh no.
It's only one. There's no production on them just yet. There are three still on the map.
Not yet.
But
there will be more.
Why are they all the way in the north?
There will be production.
Greg's just scouting with these. He's like, I don't need these yet. Let's just save them for later. And Shaman putting on all the pressure. Look at all these spearmen, or pikemen actually, for Ethiopians. And crossbows just chasing the military right now. The knights, only 2 of them on the field, and we have the camel archer in production for our blue player.
I do like the matchup for Taco, right? They can counter they can counter Mongols with Berbers. Theoretically, they should be able to counter Malians with archers, but
that barracks is producing, by the way.
I know it is. Oh, I told you it was. I didn't have to look. Yeah, you didn't have to look.
I do. I have to look because it's crazy, and I think he's gonna catch these guys off guard. Camel archers though, gonna be fun to watch if he can get them masked. But a forward castle. This could be a mistake though. There's no military here, but
no. Shaw has military there. Yeah, this is going. Yeah, the crossbow should deny this. If they're microed properly, come on, Pepe, give me the micro I need. Don't let this go up.
50+%. The camels dive now in the knights, so this is gonna be really close.
Yeah, I think if you just walked up to the houses on the other side, you could have denied this much easier. But the knights are in. Okay, the knights will stop it just in time.
Whew, 90% actually.
Oh, there are 2 barracks on the other side for Greg now.
He needs to send more Vils to finish this, honestly. It's at 90%.
Yeah, and so Taco has to camp this, but tell me, to me, I just am so suspicious of Greg. I believe this castle, he knew it wouldn't go up. He knew. Oh
no, he's sending the farm. He's sending the farm. He wants it up. Okay. All of the farm Vils are
I was gonna
coming.
say, he wanted to put him at ease, just lure him into a false sense of security before the men-at-arms came the other way, but no, you're right. He'll get this up at a tremendous cost.
And here comes some long swords from this side to help with the pikemen. So they have the counter out for that. Pikemen going in on the opposite side as well, but they won't be as big of a surprise. Lower numbers. Maybe feeling the pressure to get them in.
Longsword are attacking on the left, but they don't have the numbers. There's only 6. This is not the same kind of threat. The difference between 6 and 18 longswords is a lot more than 3 times.
Yeah, they're not upgraded yet either. There's no upgrades on these. We got squires coming in now. So they are going to be annoying and obviously will need to be dealt with, but the camel archers should have no problem dealing with these. There's a town center on a castle for Greg. He's like, well, this is a safe spot. Monk will get a conversion here.
And died a longsword.
You know. Our Mongol player is getting a castle up on the front in a safe spot.
No, I'm. This is a misplay by blue here. Once you see the longswords attack you on the left unexpectedly, you have to assume there's production over there, right? I mean, to not scout over there.
Yeah, he's coming back to deal with the Shaman Knights that are in here, though. That's his worry.
Yeah, I worry. I worry.
Gebettos for Greg. He's going Gebettos.
Green is nowhere close to him. He's still got 700 food to get before he gets there. Katos.
Yeah, the villager count is massively in favor for Taco's team here, though. And they are somewhat in a safe spot. Obviously, there's been some losses, but economically, they are looking quite good. And they do have this corner to work with.
There's no way they've lost as many as the Shaw team did with that castle, so... I want to see him. I want to see Blue scout these barracks. They're not doing anything right now, but it's such a potential to blindside them.
And we're going to see Mongol Step Lancers, too. Bunch of them already out. Longsword, Gebetto, Knights, and Step Lancers. What a combination.
I'd really love to see another castle from the Taco team to secure the front here.
And there's got Blue's gonna build one in the north, so he's gonna try to secure the mid here, which isn't a bad situation. There's some good res here. And it's in between its other castle, but
and green has enough stone almost for a castle, so he might be putting one up shortly. He's certainly heavily on stone, but yeah, one right by these berry bushes or the edge of the map, I think it's going to be real important here.
Step Lancer's a nice addition, but I don't know. Imp on its way for green.
But not much military here for green, though, right? Like, what? I don't see significant military on the field. A few pikemen. See, and this is what the castle needed to be up earlier. Like, this castle, it's not the panic castle.
Yeah. Imp, though, for both of the Taco team. It's going to be interesting. A lot more investment here for Shawbros. Military count, massively different right now.
Yeah, I mean, if Taco can survive the military flood here, though, I think they're good. You know, you're both going up to Imp. I think the Civ advantage is definitely on Taco's side. As long as they survive this. And although I don't like this castle, it does secure the side of the base. It's not terrible now that it's up. Yeah,
massive Step Lancer production here for Shaman, so he's not going to be going up to Imp anytime soon. And, I mean, the attack has been thwarted for the time being. Step Lancer numbers are getting up there, 30 of them on the field, but Imp is about to be in for both of Taco's players. And I don't know if the Shawbros can withstand an Imperial Age versus Castle Age with this composition.
Yeah, I mean, and you don't really have the eco, particularly from Greg yet, to get up. But this longswordman just walking through the base, he not scouting this Ville and these barracks has been such a disappointment. Oh no, look at the Step Lancers. Oh no.
It's an interesting fight for sure. He's focusing down the camel archers for the most part, but the castle still might be denied with the long swords and more step lancers coming in.
You needed a quick wall here, and it wasn't going to happen with all the micro on the camel archers. So many vills are going to be... So many dead vills.
Yeah, and this is a big military force. It's going to be hard to deal with. 76 military to 19. And it's all here. It's not... Everything is coming to Blue's base yet again here. Step Lancers are just going to dive this town center. Step Lancers not quite as good as taking down the buildings, but will do a fine job. Some quick stone walls here from our blue player will save his eco for the time being. Most of it anyway.
This hurts to see. All these other two castles, I think if the castle placement was a little better from blue, he'd be sitting in a lot better position right now.
The longsword mass is growing on the other side, though. Gebettos have yet to be shown as well. But there are castles here. Treb's going to be coming out. Military numbers getting slowly closer. But economically, the numbers are getting a lot closer as well. These step lancers are just destroying the eco for
Gotta
green.
agree with Katos. Where has the military been for green? I mean, there just hasn't been one. We've seen a few pikemen, and that's all. And villagers do not win games on their own.
Yeah, and the eco just got completely shredded. 64, 65 vills lost for green. Step Lancer production, full Castle Age play. And Greg hasn't even sent in all of these swords yet.
Yeah, I mean, the Step Lancers everywhere. There's just been no military. No military from green this game. And what can you say? It's almost a 2v1 game here.
Yeah, I mean, neither player from Shawbros is on their way to Imp yet, though. The Vil count isn't all that far off. Military count's still massively different. We're going to see Halberdier coming in for our green player now.
This doesn't... It's not... Not that I hate Halberdier, but what...
Yep, ram push coming from Shaman in the north as well.
Your unit choice in a gold-heavy map, when you're in Imp and your enemy is in Castle Age, should not be trash. That should not be what you go to first.
Yep. Step Lancers and Rams gonna dive this castle. And a lot of eco here for blue gonna go down as well. But this prompts an answer, and here is the military for green and blue. It will be a good fight for them, but this is not where you want to have to fight at this point.
But there's not even an answer on the map. I mean, we're seeing a few Chotel now from green, but there's nothing that can really deal with the battering rams.
Yeah, this castle goes down, and a lot of military went down here as well. Still a crazy close game, though, by all means. Shawbros is pulling ahead, though.
I almost feel like Taco didn't look at the map, because he's selling wood for gold. If he has a gold pile to the left, if he scouted a little bit and knew about the hubs, he could have infinite gold right to the left of his base, not but 10, 15 tiles from his starting TC. And instead he is selling wood for gold.
Yeah. And there's a ton of longswords on the map that just aren't being used right now. So, Imperial Age on this way. And once Imp comes and the upgrades come in, they still have quite the military lead.
If Blue doesn't get onto a real gold hub, this game's over. He doesn't have the gold.
Yep,
they
Step
need.
Lancers coming, long swords already in on this side again. Blue has been everywhere in the world with these Camel Archers. Elite Shota Warrior on its way in for green here. But again, Blue's economy is going to be getting wrecked. And it's all running to the back corner where there's no safety, really.
And again, it makes those early castles from Blue just feel foolish. Like you put them way out in front of your base instead of defending. If he had a castle on this left mineral hub, a castle right in front of his wood, I mean, this would have been a much different game. They're both in Imp. They had such a lead, but they're about to lose the lead to Imp as the other team catches up. They had a huge Vil lead, and now they're behind by 30 Vils. And they've been behind on military the whole time.
And every time they do have good military numbers, it's in the back of their base trying to protect eco. And Blue
Yeah.
just lost. He's lost over 100 economic units in this game. The villager losses are just massive at this point.
Yeah, Kato. See, I agree. I mean, you did get a decent amount of military out of Blue. He was making military early. I think if the castle placements were a little more conservative, this would have been an easy win for them. But their base is just so wide open, and that's not what you expect when you're back in the corner like this. That should be their advantage, is that their base is hard to get into.
Yeah, Elite Step Lancer now in. We're getting two-handed swordsman researched. I mean, it's going to be tough for them to hold, even worse now that the upgrades are going to be in here.
I mean, and you're still... I mean, there are some Shotel. The Shotel are pretty good. It looks like they want to push on Greg, which isn't the worst idea. His eco's not great. If they take this castle out, push him off gold, that will be a huge win. This is his only source of gold for Greg. If they can take the castle...
Yeah, but here comes the Rams and the Step Lancers in the north coming in as well, so they have to act quickly to take this out. Trebs are here. It's going to be two of them.
Yeah, I mean, Greg will lose this forward position unless Blue runs back to home. Green needs to be in these fights.
Green's on the north with Halb, though. He's trying to protect the north. So with the Shota Warriors here, Greg is going to have to fall back.
Yeah, but the Trebs go down, so that's a win. Hopefully, it would have been nice for Taco if they could take out the TC here. They gotta do some damage or something. But how do you with this many Step Lancers in your base? You gotta defend.
Yeah, the villager count for Blue is so low, it's very concerning. But Greg is about to lose a lot here as well. Really kind of feeling base tradey right now.
And the thing is, though, is Greg, I think, has such a soft eco, a low eco approach. If he loses what he has, it'll be hard to recover.
Yeah, and the Step Lancers, the production just has been there, but here they are. There's 50 Step Lancers coming across the map to try to deal with the military over here.
Okay, now Blue has to fall back. He still is not on a proper source of gold, which means he cannot replace these.
And there's only 27 Camel Archers in here, 29. They keep producing. But again, the economy is still low. And Champion's in now. Malian Champion's in, and it's coming for the back of Blue's base.
This is the huge thing. The one gold pile the Taco team has like 800 gold left on it.
Yep.
Yeah, like their failure to really understand the map, I think, here and secure this other source of gold is going to be it, because they don't have the gold banked up to last. I mean, Green has enough to last for a little bit, but Blue cannot replace these numbers. He's not in a position to secure the gold pile now.
Yep, Step Lancer's going to come in over here as well. Military count over 100 here for Shaman. And for Greg, only 72 for Taco's team altogether. So it's
It
gonna be
is
hard.
Taco's home map, Katos. It is Taco's home map. I don't know if they just picked it because it was Nomad and they didn't look at it, or if it was bad scouting on the part of Tracy.
I just don't see a way out of this for Taco's team now, as
No, not
Greg's
with the gold gone. It's over.
Greg's fine. He's got a good eco. The save was there. The step lancers are in. The champions are here that are just taking out town centers. 35 vills. There's actually more military in the field for our blue player than there are vills.
Yeah, and you thought Greg was scary with long swords, champions, Malian champions, nonetheless. Um, yeah. Well, this is a decided game at this point. I think. I mean, you're behind by 80 vills and behind in military. Techs are equal at this point. I mean, you have the civ advantage but you have no gold.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it comes down to. The number one thing is the gold. If they had secured this left pile of gold where the barracks are, this would be a completely different game. Same with the castles.
Yeah, and it's really crazy because now we're gonna see champions just take out castles. Like that's what we're seeing happen. It looks like no, he's gonna pull back.
That's not
The Shoto
impressive when
Warriors
it's
are here.
Malians.
I know, but it shouldn't have come to that in this game. Like,
No, it really shouldn't have. I think that the Taco team here should have had it here. With the civ advantage on the home map.
exactly.
I mean, and they still have, as a team at least, the score lead because of Greg's low eco approach here. But you're behind 110 vills.
Yeah, it is looking ugly. And Green's base into the north here. If these step lancers, which looks like they're headed there now, find this is a lot of economy here. At least 20 plus vills.
Yeah, and that is the plus for Green. If he did find a gold pile in the middle of the map, but it's very exposed. The blue still, and there it is. Man, I did not. That was a disappointing game. I mean, it was a good game. I don't want to say anything bad about anyone there. I think if the Taco team had followed up on those men at arms from the left, found that gold pile, put a castle over there, they might have won, right? Like I feel like just that one change, you put a castle on the left side of his base and he wins.
I mean, even just taking out these barracks would have been huge on this side. Multiple times
I mean,
this came in and dealt with it. I
they,
mean,
they did a lot of damage. It was, yeah. I mean, I think the civs were fine. I think they had the civ advantage over Malians, right? Like if they had gone, Camel Archer, or I don't know any other combination really. I don't think the civ was the problem. It was bad castle placement and the failure to secure gold.
yeah.
Like the castles that he put up were not good castles, and they didn't secure gold, which is the only resource they didn't have in this corner. They could have lasted forever in this corner if they just had gold secured on that left side.
Yeah. Absolutely crazy. And it knocked out Ethiopians and Berbers, two really high picks for our team there. So they have one home map remaining. It's going to be Shaded Ponds, and it looks like we're going to be headed there next, guys.
Yeah, I'm confident they're going to bring it back and take this game though, because, um, man, it's not as if they couldn't have won either game. They're competitive here. I'm very much excited to see their performance on Shaded Pond.
Yeah, absolutely. Shaded Pond, a map, first time we're going to see it here in the tournament. We've seen it before in some of our previous tournaments, but game is up to 5 seconds when you're ready, sir.
I'm ready.
3, 2, 1, go.
So usually I'm the one who gets to explain the maps, but this was your baby. I made it, but you dreamt it, so
Yeah, I mean,
Go ahead.
essentially, this is Oasis-esque, but obviously a lot less of the trees are in the middle, but they're on the outside. There's a lot of fish in the middle here. Maybe hard to see, but there's over 25, let's see, 28 deep fish, and there's also some shore fish, if memory serves. Not quite as much. So lots of food in the middle, but you have to chop through for it. There's been a lot of debate as to if that's even worthwhile, and it's been a lot of fun to watch in 1v1s. First time we're seeing it in a 2v2, and it allows for a lot of different styles of play because it's simple to wall up. You only really need one wall on either side for your team, and you could have a much more closed map, or you could just play it open and go go straight forward. Maybe one TC all in this map, but we're gonna see blue. He's going for a
Yeah.
lumber camp on the mid.
All the players are going for the mid so far, except Shaw has not yet placed a lumber camp. There he goes. Unfortunately, oh wait, he catches it. He was almost going to do it on the side. Here's the thing: if you do it on a corner, you have to chop through 4 trees or more.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to make sure you do it on one of the sides of the lake, and he got it here. Welcome, pleb chariot.
Indeed, indeed. Yeah, this is gonna be fun. I haven't seen this in a 2v2 iteration other than a few test runs that I did, and I mean I love the map, but other people may not feel the same. So we'll see what this comes to. As far as the civs here, I mean we've got Lithuanians for Greg, so he's not even going to civ that you really think infantry on. So that could be interesting.
Yeah, I mean I gotta agree with Kato though. With Greg's style, why not instant drush here? Come on, like live a little.
That's true. That's true.
It
But
fits his style.
it does. It does. It's going to be fun to watch. I mean, his teammate with Burgundians here as well. And then we have Khmer for our blue player and Vietnamese for our green player. Lots of different ideas for this map. But the nice thing about this one, there's not really a civ that really stands out to me that is very, like, OP on this map. I think probably Celts would be my number one option on this map, just given the closed areas and that extra chopping ability to get to the mid could be big. But
Yeah, it's definitely a map that, I mean, maybe favors some of the closed, map type civs. It's not so open. Maybe not the best map for scouts. Not bad for scouts by any means, but it does feel, kind of your archer, your siege kind of civs, infantry siege feels good on this map.
oh, the big wall coming up already here. So we are gonna see Greg get the walls up nice and early here. Let's pay attention to how that works out for him, but I'm not too surprised by this one here, to be honest. Shaman and Greg gonna be walling up. We see players are about to be chopped through here as well. See who is the closest. I think it is actually... Oh, it is Greg. Greg will chop through first. He has a lot of vills over here, so he's definitely gonna try to contest for some fishing here on water.
Yeah, let's see it. I mean, that is something. Is water can play a fairly significant, not dominating, but a significant role on this map. A galleon can manage to range a good third of this ring of land. So a lot of gold, a lot of stone, can be ranged depending on your generation.
Yeah, not only that, even just a couple fishing ships early can be really helpful to the economy. So it will be nice to see how this works out. Greg will be the first one to a fishing ship, so we'll see if his economy thrives a little bit more. An interesting dock position here for our green player is he will actually walk to a shorefish and past it, which is good because you cannot walk past the dock once you've built it. So Greg, he's not going to walk past this dock until he chops through it on the other side. So multiple docks would be much more difficult to place if he is going to go that direction.
Yeah, and we've definitely seen scenarios where players have ran military through the middle to get around walls, if I recall. So we've even seen transports, believe it or not, on this map. So
Yeah, this map gets insane. There's a good argument to not even chop into the mid if you're not going to contest it. It really is because of the situation. But, oh,
yeah, but it's
Greenville,
so
very
hard.
far forward.
Oh yeah,
Blaming.
I think that's one of the neutral bore.
Well, but still, long
Yeah,
lore.
long lure definitely. But I don't know. Early fishing is so huge. I mean, do you really want to give up on that just for a little bit of extra security?
I mean, I would say
So
no, but others would argue just FC the map, don't even bother going on to water, and then you get to your opponent's base. You have a much better chance of killing them off early. Lots of possibilities on this map. One that I really think we're going to see a lot more of.
what do you make of Blue's wall here?
Um, I don't really love it, but his gold is safe. He has a safe stone, and he is going to contest water. So he also sees that his opponent is full walled, so he expects that he won't be pressured. So this is a little bit of a minimalistic wall for him, I think. It will
Yeah,
be double dock here for our Khmer player. He is the only one thus far that I've seen to go double dock.
yeah. I mean, a lot of fishing ships out on the water, so every fishing ship that gets built makes it more worthwhile to fight for the water, and there's plenty of fish out here to make the fight worth fighting.
Yeah, we do see a galley opening for our green player here, so he will be going onto a galley. I do think that is going to be great for a 2v2 where one player goes fire, one goes galley. Only one fishing ship for Shaman here, so he's minimally invested onto this.
Yeah, funny, most fishing ships from green and purple, but in the military it's starting out from orange and blue. So
Yep, fire ship is going to be down, and fire's already gotten some value there, but the galley's going to be coming forward here as well. Double dock now for Greg, so, it will be 4 docks now for Shawbros Taco's team, only with 3 at the moment. That galley went down to that fire, too. It was not paid enough attention to here for our green player, so he will actually be behind in that. And there's not one in production, so his fishing ships could be in trouble. Beautiful pullback and repair here for Shaman. It's not going to be perfect for the long term, but he has at least repaired it, given himself a better shot at this. His fishing ship likely to go down here, though, as he looks like he's going to be losing water.
yeah, I mean military numbers double for the taco team here. So oh, and backwards galley, I love it. Uh,
Fishing eco's been cleared up for pretty much everyone, though. Greg and Pep and Soy here still have some remaining, but not many.
yeah, I mean this is a big water fight, and we don't think of this as a water map. But these players are playing it like one. But you could also completely imagine this playing out. Archers, scouts. So much possibility here.
Yeah, absolutely. I makes the map a lot of fun. Oh, stone walls for Greg. Greg is a stonewalling man. I love it.
Yeah, I do not love the walls from Taco here. I mean, I think you kind of play this one like Oasis and you build the walls no matter what. No sense in leaving yourself open. It's not that much investment, at least for Palisade.
Yeah, absolutely. What's up, Pleb Jarrett? Nice to see you, man. A tower coming down on the docks here for Greg. So he wants to keep this water working, and he wants to be able to keep it as safe as possible here. Green giving up water completely. He's moved his wood line. He's only one dock. He lost everything on water. So blue really heavily investing into this. Maybe our Vietnamese player will be attempting to go up to the next age a little faster and put some pressure on.
Yeah, I mean, no real water sieves, I think, in this fight. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I agree with Green going off of water if they've won,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't think they have enough of a lead. I think that Blue is going to get pushed off. He's just going to be outproduced 2v1.
Right now, it doesn't seem that way, though, as purple is not headed in the right direction. Green's actually going to palisade wall up this little area he chopped through, so he's giving it up, not going to worry about it. Blue is winning water for his team, it looks like.
I,
But then you look on the other side, and purple and orange have their military over there, so really hard to say.
yeah, I mean, he does still have a slight edge in numbers, and demo shot comes in. Good demo. Didn't take anything out, but plenty of damage. Um,
Another demo in production will be popping out here shortly.
maybe Blue's at home on water maps here. You should have seen him play. Then again, if I recall, I think the Shawbro team banned a couple water maps, offshore deposit and something else. So maybe that's what's going on here.
Yeah, it's an interesting matchup. These guys have had some really great games, and I hope this one goes to 5. So I really am hoping Taco's team pulls out the wins here of the next couple games.
Yeah, I mean, they've had strong ecos every game, and they've just had a little bit of difficulty translating that into to a win. Um, but I don't think the Civ suits Greg's style. I mean, we'll see if he can do more eco in this game, but like he's been low eco approach every time, and this map, I feels like a map that you need to boom, right? Like this is a big post-em kind of a map, a lot of times. Um,
Yeah.
we'll see.
I mean, Blue winning water by himself right now. It looks like Greg not really convincingly playing water, but he still has
Yeah.
fishing ships alive. And then we
And
have Castle Age coming in for Shaman.
Yeah, Shaw's still building fire ships when you want to see demos when you're in this position if you're still trying to get value. But yeah, you're right. I do think Blue's going to win water single-handedly. What do they get out of it? They can get some food, but they're not fishing, right? Like you have to be at the point like, is it worthwhile? They can range a little bit of gold with some galleys.
I mean,
Maybe you can transport.
Greg's building another dock. He's trying to win water here. He's going for it now. No upgrade even for Shaman, who is just going to go into some cav armor here. His eco upgrades are quite good, superior to everyone's, obviously, with Burgundians at the moment, so he's happy. Fish have been working this whole time here for Greg, and oh, there are demos. I must not click demos. But these docks, if they pop out at the right time, all these fire ships could get cleaned up.
Yeah. Oh no. Oh no. I mean, and that's why when you have this much of a lead, I think in Blue's position, you should have already been mixing in galleys.
Mm-hmm.
You need to just sacrifice the ship at this point. Like, turn back, try that. No, not like that. Not like that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's still going to be quite the fight.
Yeah, and
Cavalier.
he's hitting castle here, so hopefully he gets his upgrades. DC coming up for Shaw in the back.
Oh, forward castle and ram push for Vietnamese player over here. So Greg is in a lot of trouble here. Just now getting to the castle age.
Yeah. Yeah, and this is what I worry about. And you know, it doesn't feel like Civ in this map, in this style, suits Greg from what we've seen. I'd love to see him prove me wrong and show me some versatility. But I feel like he's going to be in trouble.
Yeah, and there's going to be the castle going to try to put it up in defense here. It will not even range the rams on the other side, so these will get in, and he knows it. He knows it. He's going to build more stone walls is his plan. But will this castle even go up? He should be able to get it up, I think.
Yeah, I mean, we do have rattan archers coming up here. I mean, theoretically, you could at least push them off, but you just don't have the numbers yet. I would say you pull the rams back and just attack the wall closer to the water.
Yeah.
Which looks to be what he's doing. Perfect. I mean, this castle, I mean, it did stop him momentarily. No, go back. What are you doing? Don't waste your rams. Don't waste your rams.
Meanwhile, purple's getting cleaned up on water here, switching to galley. 2 early fires are here. There are some demos here as well, so I'll have to be paid attention to, but this push over here, Shaman's on his own.
Yeah, I mean, there are early Cavalier already coming, because remember Burgundian, so Cavalier are coming in. I think that will do a lot to stop the Rattan ram push.
Yeah, it looks real good. Rams and Rattans will be cleaned.
And this is where my concern with the walling on Taco's team comes in. You play this like you stonewall it. If this were stonewall, now he's rushing up house walls. They're not going to go up before the Cavalier get in. Vills are going to die to Cavalier. You should have had the stonewalled already.
Yeah, it's a bit awkward. We have careening coming in for blue, though. Is he going to go for a transport?
Yeah, I mean, water is one for blue, but what does it get them right now? They're not fishing. If they were fishing behind this, it would matter. The eco advantage, if green were fishing, might matter maybe for blue, but how does this translate? If you're not fishing, as a matter of fact, despite blue having been ahead on water this whole time, only the Shawbro team has been fishing and is still fishing with 3 fishing ships.
Yeah, a bunch of demos just went right by there. All the fire ships. It went unnoticed even.
Yeah, it's just you've won water, but you're letting your enemy take advantage of it, and you haven't taken advantage of it.
Yep, Cavalier numbers are now heading forward. We're going to have some knights from our Khmer player, but all things considered, I think he's going to try to transport. Maybe, maybe not. All this... there comes a fishing ship. Finally, there's a fishing ship in production for blue. Cavalier are forward on the houses, trying to break in.
Yeah, which, I mean, the house wall's not the worst. I think, especially on blue's case, if you're going to go this heavy on water, stonewall. I mean, I can forgive green because at least he's pushing, right? Like, your best off defense is a good offense. But if you're on water, these palisades are going to go down with nothing. There is no military here. Some houses will buy a little bit of time, but not enough in the long run.
Most of the military on the field is actually still on water for Taco's team, it feels like. 25 military units, and 12 of them are on water. So, this is giving a lot of time for booming for Shaman and Greg over here now. Green's kind of been booming, looking forward to this push. Has the highest Vil count. If he goes up to Imp, he will be able to push quite well here.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think second castle. I mean, he really is defending well here. He'll trap down this castle easily in the next stage. I just wish blue would just dive on these docks. Why leave them? He's letting demos get built. Your ships aren't doing anything otherwise.
Yeah.
The tower's not that threatening.
Yeah, he's gonna be sitting here. These could be on Garrison. There's quite a few demos in here, so I shouldn't click. Yeah, here they go.
Yeah, but this is so frustrating. I hate to see it. This tower's only doing 1 damage per shot to these ships. He could have taken out these docks a long time ago with no problem.
Yeah, and now we have the water cleaned up for the most part, and the fish that were here might not be here very long for blue.
Yeah, you've just lost one. He should have attacked those docks earlier. It's a shame to see. Apparently an unupgraded watchtower only does 1 damage to fire ships, so Keep that in mind, everyone.
We have a beach demo here for purple. But the big question is, in Imperial Age, will Shawbros be able to hold from what's about to come? I saw pikemen on the field being researched at least. We have a good mass of Rattan archers. Trebs will no doubt be coming next. And yep, fishing
Yeah.
ships are going down for blue.
Yeah, there is no military. There's no significant military from Greg here. So Trebs take out this castle. Rattan archers can walk right in. The Cavalier either have to fight the Rattan or they have to fight the Knights from the Khmer. They can't be in both sides at the same time. Not in enough numbers.
Yeah, I think the Cavalier need to run through the mid and try to create a diversion here at the very least. But this push
I mean,
is
that could be
inevitably
devastating.
coming.
I mean, the Cavalier could run on the shoreline once this dock goes down. That would be devastating.
Shawbros both on the Radiant though.
Yeah. I mean, so there's a very short window here. Where green has to make something happen.
The Trebs are out. The Cavalier gets sent forward, and they will not kill a single thing here. This castle will be down very, very soon. We're seeing ranges come up here, so maybe he's gonna go into skirmisher, but that doesn't feel good either.
We've got 25 Cavalier coming back, so these Rattan will not have long to do anything, and these Trebs will be exposed. There's just not enough military from Greg here. I'd love to see pikemen at least.
There's a
more
transport.
Rattans.
Greg built a transport, but it may be too little,
Alright.
too late. Cavalier still have a ways to go, so the damage is still able to be done over here. The 3 Trebs will be very exposed by the time they come, like you said, though.
Yeah, but the Knights are also coming, but they're further behind. Yeah, this is going to be... These Trebs and Rattans will go down, no question.
Villagers will fall, though. This Rattan army did find... Oh no, he's going to turn back because the Cavalier.
Now, oh, this is so close. The Knights are almost here. Why have we not seen Cavalier come in?
They're coming now. The Cavalier won't be enough, though, if these Knights are here. I don't think. It might be enough to get rid of the siege and a lot of the Rattans, though.
I'm just surprised Blue doesn't have Cavalier researching, but...
That's true.
But already, you know, that turned out pretty well, though. The Rattans are still intact. Only lost 1 Treb. That could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, absolutely.
But Blue is still in castle.
Yep, Blue's never clicked up.
My bad. Sorry. Thank you, Kados. Yeah, that would explain it.
Oh, this is a bad fight here for our blue and green team here.
Yeah, I mean, you're behind so far in tech. You don't have Cavalier because you're not up.
Purple won water here as well, so they could potentially get some more fishing on to that. The transport ships are coming, though, and the Cavalier are going to load in.
Which is cute, but they could just run.
This is true, but they're going for it anyways. Elite Rattan's in now. This is not walled up, and it's Pikeman Skirm. Full trash from Greg here. Imperial Age just now coming for our blue player, though. Full trash can hold this for the time being here.
Oh, yeah. I mean, and even just 5 Cavalier in the eco is going to be devastating.
Eco, and they're trying to set up trade. Why are they trying to set up trade right now? There's so much gold left in the map.
I mean, clearly it's telling you they feel safe, but they shouldn't. Not without stone walls in the middle.
Yep, Cavalier are going to be in to the economy here. I'm surprised more didn't load up. There are tons of Cavalier, though. As soon as Paladin gets clicked, we could have a huge power swing, even though they're lacking bloodlines.
Green. Yeah, I mean, it's just so inefficient to use the transport here. You can just run through.
Yep. Green losing Vills might not be the worst thing, though. He has over 140 Vills. But still, this is a big distraction that you don't want to have at this point in the game.
Yeah.
Paladin
But,
is clicked, so Paladin will be in the economy before too long. Blue's sending everything back. Actually, these massive numbers of cav might be able to come in and clean up all these Rattans before long.
yeah, definitely. I mean, if they fall back and take a good position by the castles, it could be an all right fight. But yeah, here they come. Neat. Okay, the pikemen are finally being added by Green, but not enough and not fast enough. He sees the danger. He's running back. These trebs are going to be so exposed. Even with the castles, this is not a good fight. But Halb comes in just in time, but there's not enough. There's only 5 or 6 here.
Yeah, I don't know if this is the right time, though. I think he should have waited for Paladin, only a minute away. He did push him back. He's going to kill a lot of them, though, so this is a huge plus.
Yeah, but so many trebs going down. 4 trebs. And yeah, this will not last. These Cavalier will do it all on their own, and Paladin will come in before they all die.
Yeah, he's actually just going to turn and run, which I like. Run him back into the economy even further.
Fortunately, though, Green does have Halbin. That is something. Especially without bloodlines. I mean, Burgundian Paladin should be particularly vulnerable to Halb.
And there's just no siege here from Greg to follow this up either, so that hurts as well.
Yeah, I definitely understand your confusion about the trade, but better to prep it early. I mean, they're not building the trade cards yet. Because when gold runs out, this is probably the map that trade's going to be biggest on.
Yeah, no, it's a good idea. It seemed way too early to even prep it, in my opinion, but
yeah,
it works out. Greg has very few blacksmith upgrades. Does not have ballistics.
This is so much different now. All of those the Cavalier mass is cleared up. There are 30 Halbs here and 33 Elite Rattan. This has become a much different push. The only thing missing, plus there are 30 Cavalier coming in from blue. The only thing missing are the Trebs. And they're in production.
Yep, Kato's pointing out that Green did get the proper tech to have Lumberjacks get gold as well, which is always going to be very nice for them in the late game. A lot of Lumberjacks on the field getting that gold in now.
Halb's out of position, I think. I mean, if the Cavalier here, it doesn't matter. Yeah, this is looking very bad for Greg. He's already relatively been low eco through all these games, and he's the one taking all this pressure.
And the lack of bloodlines here is huge. The Cavalier, with all the Rattans alone, would be enough to deal with these Paladin, but there's also the mixed-in Halberdiers, Pikemen coming from blue behind this as well. I think that Taco's team is going to take this one here.
It's looking that way. I mean, there were definitely opportunities for Shaman. It's been a good game so far, and it's not over by any means. But this is hard to come back by. You know, Burgundians, I love the Civ. Very fun. A lot of power there, but the Bloodlines is huge in a fight like this on a map that's post-imp.
Yeah, and Greg's going for a panic castle. Trebs are coming forward now, and there's a forward castle for our green player coming in as well. Yeah, it seems like if this castle goes up, it's going to be virtually impossible for Shawbros to push this one back, as their military is just melting right now.
Yeah, I mean, Shaw is stating it in chat, and I think we've covered it. Like, yeah, it's just Burgundians, Lithuanian here, especially combined. It's just not a good late game composition. I mean, 2 Cav Civs, and the Burgundians don't have great Paladin compared to Khmer and Vietnamese, which I think are both great post-imp civs on a map that is likely to go to post-imp.
Yep, Hillfort's coming in, so the town centers will have additional range. Really won't do much here, but ultimately just a click there that may not have been necessary. Yeah, this is looking over Now, all the production buildings will be going down for Greg. He had to rebuild them in the back. He's going hand cannons, which isn't the greatest choice, but it will help deal with the halbs. But it's not looking all that good for him at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, hashtag outdrafted. I mean, I wouldn't say overall, but yeah, I see what you mean. In this case, um, yeah, I'm looking forward to a game 4. I mean, obviously, it seems pretty certain by this point, and I'm here for it.
That means we'll be going to a game 4 by the looks of things right now. Greg's trying to hold with what he can here, and Shawbros looks like they're going to lose their first game to Taco's team here. It's been an insane game.
Yeah. Yeah, Mr. Longswords and Champions making hand cannons. That is, does feel poetic, Gatos.
GG is called. Taco's team takes game number 3 here. Oof, means we're gonna have to go to home map for Shawbros.
Have they resigned? Oh, Greg haven't resigned yet.
Yeah, we could fast forward. I mean, his teammate already resigned, so I don't know what this is. There it comes to GG a few seconds after I hit fast forward, but fun set, guys. I hope you're enjoying. This one's going into game number 4 here in just a minute. But
Our
dang,
first game 4.
I know, right? Crazy good set so far. So we lost Burgundians on this side and Lithuanians for Shawbros, and we got a win for Vietnamese and Khmer. Looking at the civs remaining, we have Byzantines, Vikings, Saracens, Koreans, Britons, and Slavs for the Shawbros. And for Taco's team, we have Persians, Italians, Dravidians, Celts, Tartars, and Malay remaining. And the 2 home maps left are both for Shawbros' team, so it will be Bog Delta or Arena Cove. So it's going to be interesting. We're going to dive into the next game here in just a minute, guys. What a fun set thus far. Game 4.
Just the map I wanted to see.
Which one's that?
You know it, you love it. Unless you're watching Weasel. Bug Delta.
Game 4 is Arena Cove, sir.
Oh, what? Oh, that's what I meant. Yeah, that's the map I'm on. I just got the names confused. Oh, well.
Imagine
you know what I meant.
making the maps and then misnaming them in chat. Poggers.
Listen. Imagine banning Dry Lake.
Imagine indeed. I'm at 5 seconds when you're ready for Arena Cove. 3, 2, 1, go. Italians for our green player, Persians for our blue player, and then our purple player with the Koreans and Shaman here in orange for the Saracens. Interesting civs. Kind of surprised.
All good water civs, though.
Yeah. It's going to be a lot of fun.
I'd love, we haven't seen a ton of this map yet, so I certainly haven't casted it since this tournament started. The big change since our 1v1 version is the addition of these small islands in the water. We'll see how it plays out, but the idea is to give a little more tactical depth, right? To give galleys a little bit more of a chance to kite and have obstacles to make it a little more difficult for fire ships to dominate. We'll see if that makes any difference, though.
Well, with Saracens on the map, I think it will. Saracens, faster firing galleys, definitely what I would want to go for. But we'll see. We've seen some interesting strategies. Korean's the only one that is kind of confusing to me, especially on water. I don't think they're all that spectacular until they get into the turtle ships. They do not have a demolition ship. I think they're the only civ in the game without one. So, kind of interesting for that. But if we do see the war wagon play on land, there is a small strip of land in between these ponds on either side. You know, could be walled up, could be castled, could be fortified with keeps in the late game. It could be insane. We'll just have to wait and see. I've only played a few games on this one. I actually played a few show matches before we decided on everything map pool wise. And I can tell you that this becomes quite the hectic center if it goes late game. Even if losing water happens for your team, doesn't mean it's over. So this one could go late.
Yeah, I mean, of all the maps that we have, this is definitely proven in the 1v1 to be the map that goes late, and I think the potential in 2v2 is really just increased. I mean, you can have some safe trade on this map if it comes to it.
Safe but short. So it will be something we'll have to pay attention to. Won't get the full 100. I think you end up with like 70 per trade card or something, which is still good. And map does have some extra golds in the middle areas, but it is rather limited. Relics straight up and down the center of the map as well, which makes it a lot of fun. And then we actually have one on either pond as well. So lots of interesting things on this map to look forward to seeing.
Absolutely. Now, it is a slow start kind of map, nice and relaxing. I mean, we have docks up for all players but Greg. Keeping with his, well, I guess he was quick on the last game to get it up. But
Yeah, he's headed
there's
out there now, so
he kind of got an awkward base gen there with his wall on the water like that.
yeah, it's definitely an interesting one, but it should be all right. Shouldn't be too much of a problem. Another thing to point out: you do not have but one pile of stone in your walls. The secondary pile is on the outside for all players. Stone, not in a ton of areas, obviously right down the middle. So we did have a set in a show match where I think actually it was one of the Vividark's teams went all in feudal pressure with archers with both civs, just completely giving up water, took full map control, and really kind of changed the way that this map was played for a minute. People were starting to be very concerned about that, keeping their scouts near the other team, paying a lot of attention to that one. So we'll see what happens here. But
Yeah,
late game, what civs do you prefer is the question mark.
Late game, I mean, yeah, man, I don't know. I think my gut goes with Taco's choices here. You know, the Italians are just such a versatile with water and archer civ. I mean, they can do really well against the Saracens or Koreans here, I think. Obviously, war wagons are strong against that, but then you have Persian knights, or camels, or whatever it may be. Just good civs all around. I love Koreans. Koreans probably the most controversial of the civs here, but I love Koreans personally. So I'd throw it to Taco. But I'd love to see early game. You know, like post him is great, but I love to see people kind of catch people off guard, and I think no matter how many times it happens, people will always be caught off guard by heavy feudal pressure on this map.
For sure, for sure. Shaman and his counterpart over on this pond, Green. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce his name because I'm butchering it every time. I know I am. Both double docks at the moment. Double docks for our blue player, and only one dock for Greg. So Greg gonna be
has
a little
villas
lead
in
up.
the middle of the map.
Ooh.
I don't know if this is the start of a wall or these towers, because I would I would love to see towers, but I'm guessing it's just walls. No, he's going. Oh.
Gonna
They
go
are
on to
stone miners.
stone.
Tell me, he's probably just stonewalling. Being gray, he's probably just stonewalling. But I would
Ooh.
love to see towers on this map.
But blue has a Vil coming across as well. Don't know what he's going for here. Just gonna build a house. Could he be docking over here to help win water on this side, potentially, against the Saracens?
I definitely could be that or walling up, I would guess. There are
There,
the stone walls.
there they are. The stone
I mean,
walls. It
not
is a dock.
unexpected, but I mean, I towers with the hills separating the two players. I think there's a lot of power in towers here. And that second dock, this is a strategy we talked about when we were kind of developing this map and thinking about how it would play. Two players on this pond. Saracens are not going to have a good time with that.
Not at all. And it will be a very big surprise, I think. So, but will that be enough though? Then this is the problem with this because he's also trying to go water on his pond. So they could win a pond, they could lose a pond. It's really just hard
Yeah,
to say at the moment.
yeah, definitely. It's or worst case they lose both.
I like the fire ship first. The galleys are coming out here. He's going to try to mass them up here. Fire ship is getting repaired here by Greg, so he's taking a better
Yeah.
exchange. And all in
On, on
all,
on the right lake, both players start galleys. You kind of expect that from Saracens. Free and Snow River bonus either way, right? But relative to 1v1, I think you're further apart from your enemy on the water just because of the larger map size.
hmm
So does that make galleys make more sense because you have more time to mass them up before the fights happen?
I think it does. And I think if these galley numbers continue to grow like this, it's going to be fun to watch these guys micro this. One fishing ship over here for blue, interesting, and then he'll have a fire to the party as well. But military numbers very much even for galleys, and oh, this is not good for Shawbros. Gonna take a
Ooh.
lot of early damage here.
Oh, Kados with the eagle eye here. The wall does not actually cover the whole middle.
Yeah, he's got a hole on this side, I believe.
Yes, he does.
Oh, the anticipation for the water battle is so much fun.
I mean, big number. Yeah, Blue. He built this dock on this other side, but I can't help but think he'd be better off having added that dock to his own side. He's still fighting for his own pond. He's not really contributing, right?
Not that well, but he is keeping everything alive. He is gonna be trying to contribute more and more. So, as long as he can win his side, which right now it seems kind of like it's a stalemate over here, but demos being added in are going to be huge on that side.
And galleys engaging, a few fire ships in the mix. It's such water battles are so much more interesting than they used to be. There's so much back and forth here.
Yeah, but I think just the simple fact that we have two players over here means our Saracen player is really just treading water. Even if it is just a fire galley here or there. The real question for me is if the water can be won then for our blue player as well. It's always going to
Yeah,
be hard to say.
and they're winning water on both sides. Purple is cleaned up militarily. He's not on water on anymore. And the numbers are pretty even on the right lake. So far the two pawn strategy for Persians is really paying off.
Yeah, and the military number's 22 to 12 right now and continues to change in the favor of Taco's team at the moment. So, the galleys are diving back here, maybe just to try to take out the fish. This could be the giving up of water even here, but he is still producing. So maybe not jump that gun
Greg
just yet.
Greg catches the hole. Maybe it was intentional. Maybe he wanted to let his scout through or something. But he's plugging up that wall now.
It's also going 4 docks behind this. So his production will be there. Fish will get cleaned up though.
Koreans do have a lower food cost or wood cost for their ships.
I think it's for all military units, yeah.
Yes, but in this case, it's relevant to ships. So he should be able to maintain this as long as he's got the gold. And tower, he's loves these defensive towers, and they make a lot of sense here when you're trying to recover from this position. There's no way um, feudal age fire ships can take this fight with the towers over the docks. Numbers getting pretty big on the right lake.
Yeah, and
15
Castle Age.
galleys.
Castle Age on its way right now for Shaman, so as he sneaks behind and will actually come to snipe the fish, he went all the way around this map once with these, and now he will actually make this work out. Did snipe one, looks like he'll probably get two. He keeps going, might be able to get all of them. Greg is the question mark right now. He has a lot of ships here. He has a tower here. He's not on garrison, though. These popped out on their own, and no demos. Again, the biggest concern for me with Koreans on this map.
I mean, that was a great little raid by Shaw with his galleys, and somehow he escaped with them, and he's going to get Blue's fishing ship on the side. I mean, or no, he's not paying attention. Never mind. But still, great little raid, and now that he's 1 minute out from Castle Age, and the other team has not clicked up, he should be able to push off a wall, push water and take water with this lead, right?
Yeah, and Greg took a great engagement on the north, so he actually has taken this military and sent it home. It's going to be interesting. Everything's about the water right now. Greg is walled up over here now. So there is a beautiful hill here that could be a good spot for a castle as well. Lots of question marks right now. But all in all, Castle Age is going to make a huge difference on this pond. And Green has invested so much. He has 22 galleys here.
Yeah.
And he's just clicked the Castle Age.
Bodkin comes in, fourth dock is up. I just get War Galley. Is it queued somewhere? Get War Galley and go.
It's queued.
Queued behind a galley. So get these forward. You know you can't be that far ahead of your opponent. You only have a couple minutes to exploit this advantage. And I think he's going to. He has great numbers. Both ships get upgraded by the same tech. The Castle Age power spike on water is incredible.
Yeah, Bodkin being in too is going to be pretty massive here. So we'll see what happens. Our Persian player going to add a third dock on his home map side. Careening even coming in for Shawbros. So he's getting everything he needs for these ships. The fires themselves will also take up quite a bit of fire. I think this is going to be a perfectly timed arrival.
Yeah, I mean, careening won't quite be in when he first gets there. Maybe it will be. It's going to be close. Either way, I mean, this is going to be devastating. There's no way. I would love if the war galleys were keeping up, but I don't think it's going to matter.
No, I think he's going to corner him, and I think it's perfect.
Yeah.
I actually like splitting them up. He sees where the military is. Botkin's already in. All the upgrades are in. This is going to be a cleanup, no question. Castle Age isn't even in yet.
I mean, he's going to try the run, but there's no room. He can't. He stops the fight. Tries to micro. You've got to be hating life as Green right now. This hurts so bad.
Yeah, and he's not even going to get upgrades at this point. He knows it's over. He's going to add a university and a monastery. Is he going to try to fast imp now, is the question.
I mean, he does have the food for it, and you are Italians, you can do it. I mean, maybe that's the answer, is he's going on to stone, right? So you go on to stone, get a castle, get your docks back up, and use your imp tech lead. Same thing on the other side, though, Greg. He's going to beat them to Castle Age, and he's got the water lead. He's completely cleared them off of water.
Blue is in the Castle Age. He's just not going for it. He's lost it, and he's calling it there. He's not even worried about it now. So, Imperial Age already on its way, though, for our Italian player. But nothing, there's nothing here. This is the question. What is he going to do with this Imperial Age time?
Yeah, he's building a TC in the middle on stone. I think the idea is castle and get back on. I mean, other than that, you could go bombard cannon and archers. Bombard cannon, probably use a castle. Bombard cannon and Genoese, right? I mean,
yeah, but the imp doesn't make sense then. Just drop a couple TCs and boom a little bit more. If he doesn't have the stone for a castle now, it's gonna be a while.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to guess the thought process here. It right now does feel like Taco. They don't have military. They don't. I. It doesn't feel like they have a plan.
Yeah, Blue has some
I mean,
fire galleys left on water. That's 6 of their
yeah,
military right now. The
there.
rest are
Well, there.
knights coming
Yeah, there are
forward.
knights, right? So, but the stone walls are already there. I mean, there is a palisade gate, relatively vulnerable.
Yeah.
Um,
Is there a hole? No. Doesn't look like it.
no.
And a transport ship isn't even going to be an option at this point, so it is going to be that palisade gate, or he's going to have to try to get through the stone. So he will go ahead and try to attack the stone walls here. Imperial Age is the big question mark for me.
Yeah, I think at this point, green is heavy on stone. You drop a castle on the hill in the middle, take down the walls, and hope that blue's knights can get in and make the difference.
Yep, he's going to
Because
build a
water is
stone
great.
wall.
Water is great. Shaw is doing a great job exploiting it. Greg is not building fishing ships, unfortunately. But it doesn't win you the game. That's always been the big thing on this map. Is water is important, but it will not win you the game alone. And we've seen too many teams win water, too many players win water, and then lose the game because they can't close it.
Yeah, Batty Cool showing up saying Imp into GG, my favorite strat. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what you're doing with this Imperial Age. That's the thing that I hate about it so much right now.
Oh, is that him?
No, that's not him. But
Oh,
I'm just saying,
okay.
I agree with his statement.
Yeah, and I was talking here about going for the castle, trying to break through the middle, but Greg's the first to the castle in the middle, and as Koreans, he's putting up towers in the middle as well. So
Mhm.
Greg is locking down the middle. Well, they have won both pawns. Taco is in a horrible position to get there to get the game they need to stay in the set. Um, they, they need a miracle, and I'm hoping to see it.
I mean, they do have a slight Vil advantage. They do have a player in the Imperial Age. So there is still hope for them in this position. But now this Imp, it's just into TCs. He hasn't even dropped the castle. He definitely has the stone for it by now. And he's losing a lot of buildings on the front. The knights that were invested here were unable to do anything. I love the towers play here. Oh, we're seeing transport. Greg likes transport ships. I love it.
Greg is every low elos, higher skilled brother. I like the, the 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 infantry, the towers, picking Koreans. I mean, the only thing he's not doing right is he's not making turtle ships. I mean, I love it. I absolutely adore Greg's style.
He's gonna build a barracks. He hasn't built a barracks yet, so he's getting his second TC up. He does have 56 Vils, which is the lowest in the game. Imperial Age on its way for Shaw here. We'll see what he has. He has added transport ships as well, so both of these guys may be looking just to transport and just hold the mid here. War wagons in the economy here could be devastating, and yeah, actually, our blue player may have seen something because stone walls at home.
Oh yeah, I mean, it could just be. I mean, it did develop like in our 1v1s that once you lost water this decisively, you had to wall behind because you're so vulnerable to a landing of a few knights or something.
Yep, fortified wall for Greg, imp for Shaman. Castle on the shoreline here for green, though, so he's going to try to not die to any sort of water at this point. Greg, or Shaman, has docked on the opposite pond as well. I don't know what that is for, but, he did invest a lot into it, so we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, I mean,
Transport has 9.
maybe just fishing.
Yeah,
I don't know.
not a bad
Um,
play, really.
yeah, it just feels like Taco. Like you almost feel the indecision coming from their team. You have 5 military at 35 minutes into the game. You've got the eco lead. You're relatively safe at home for now, but you really have to be thinking about how do we push up the middle. And the longer you wait, the harder it gets. I mean, these war galleys alone can range a decent part of the land.
There,
Galleon's going to be even worse.
there is a forward castle coming from Greg. He is loading up 10 Vils. He has 9 war wagons, and he is headed forward on water in a transport. He's not imp though, so I hate that his castle won't be very well. Oh, shaman, shaman, castle forward. This may go unnoticed. There's no military to defend from this.
Yeah, I mean, and this is exactly what you want to do, I think, from the Shawbros perspective to close this out. You've got the chokehold in the water, now you just push down the middle. If you can separate these two teammates on the taco side, you can just starve them out. They'll run out of gold, they'll run out of stone. Just choke them.
The big question for me though is when do you decide that your team should be booming rather than doing this right now? This is the question. This will be noticed now. Hoardings and Trebs on its way, but the Trebs aren't going to be able to hit from many angles. We'll have to be near the castle on the mid here, and then the forward castle should be coming up here shortly. And this actually takes gold away from our blue player, and that castle's going to deny some wood line, some farms. There's a house in the mid too.
I mean, the war wagons here make a difference. Panic Castle coming from blue. I mean, you have to in his position. Hopefully he gets a Treb out. He is imp. Greg's castle should not last long, but the disruption should be worthwhile here.
Yeah.
If the war wagons open up, this castle's only halfway done. Oh no. I feel like blue has been the punching bag for a lot of these games.
Yeah, they still have quite the villager advantage, though. This castle will go up.
Castle's up. But the war wagons just run back. So they can sit under this TC. There are so
many
vills.
They're all running.
Gonna sit right. So much. I mean, do you just... He's fighting with vills? That's not going to work. I mean, 4, 5, 10, 15 knights coming back. Why? I mean, these knights should have came back earlier. It's Cavalier now, though, so war wagons will get cleaned up, but you hate to see that happen. So much idle eco for blue here.
Yeah, there's a world where this turns around, though, because there's a lot of things about to be lost here for our orange player, as we have 3 bombard cannons, 3 trebs, and we only have 1 Mameluke and 3 trebs here. So this could be turning around here in the mid. We'll have to wait and see. War wagons will get cleaned up, like you said. This castle over here will just get trebbed down. And the economy lead's still there for Taco's team.
Yeah, a huge eco lead. I mean, obviously not what it was a few minutes ago, but a huge eco lead. He's got to get these Cavalier back to the front, though. They're desperately needed. I just want to see Taco. They have a score lead. I just need to see them get some momentum. They've been on the back foot this whole game. You don't want to see them, reacting constantly.
Yeah, I don't know if they're really on the back foot, honestly. I think they're in a good position. They played it well defensively now here. I think Greg going forward for this castle didn't really help a ton. It did do a lot of damage, so it was probably worth the effort to get it done. But not being imp and going for a forward castle is rough.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that they've lost the game or anything. I'm just they've been reacting. They've been on the back foot in that they've not controlled what's going on.
Meanwhile, cannon galleons taking down the castle at home for our Italian player. That is going to be something to pay attention to.
Yeah, and that's something with this map on the 2v2 version compared to 1v1. Your wood is mostly... I mean, your wood is very vulnerable to cannon galleons compared to a 1v1 version. Water control is more important late game than it is on the other map. Yeah. Or the 1v1 version.
Almost a 100 villager difference here, though, at this point. Taco's team have withheld this position. They are doing a lot right now, and the cannon galleons moved, and he's actually going to lose one now. That hurts a bit. War wagons are coming forward, but there's nothing here from Shaman as he's going into Light Cav. Elite War Wagon not in yet either. Interesting. Did you know Genbo does bonus damage versus ships? No, I did not know that. Interesting. The villager difference right now is 99. I think that's the big problem.
Definitely.
And our Italian player is looking to get back onto water here. He's got a good military mass on land already. The team has held a good position. The elite war wagons are alone, so the Cavalier with the Genbo can definitely deal with that. Curious, go ahead.
I was going to say, what good timing for Green to get back on water. All the ships cleared up for Orange. It's a great opportunity to turn around the momentum here.
Yeah, but this game may end very soon if all these war wagons go down. The militaries just won't be here to defend. Genbo do a great job against this, and there was a ton of siege check here. Yeah, there are 6 trebuchets and, what is this, 3 bombard cannons back here. They could push straight through the gut here. Fire ships, war galleys, all going to be coming out for green on water here as well. Don't know if Hussar is really the right choice here for Shaman.
Yeah, against Gen crossbow. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I think he would have to go into Halb with the war wagons on the map. Galleon upgrade is in for green, not in for orange either, so that is going to spell trouble. And the front is just being pushed so hard now, I don't know if we'll see much change about that. Treb's actually taking out cannon galleons here that are not firing at them either. Interesting. I think we're going to game 5 after this.
and we have stables coming up for Shaw. I mean, he needed to get some kind of military up. It feels too little too late, and anything from the stable isn't going to feel good with this many Gen crossbow. 30 Gen cross on the floor, on the ground.
Paladin clicked for our blue player as well. So Paladin, Elite Genbo. I don't think you can stop that. And we see Greg going for skirmishers. And potentially, he looks like he's got crossbow queued behind this as well. Don't really think there's much to say at this point, Hitch. I'm struggling for a topic.
I'll tell you this. Greg did not exploit his lake once he won water. He put all that res into winning water, and he didn't fish it.
Yeah.
If he fished it, if he built the fishing ships, he would be able to have Halb. Halb War Wagon is a painful combo to fight.
But now he's going into Arb. Shaman's going into Hussar still. No trade on this side set up either. Other side, you can see the markets are already going up, or already up actually. So just a better late game plan this time for Taco's team. Turtle ships would have been awesome as well. Would have loved to have seen a turtle ship. The keep defense, though. Oh, it's a bombard tower, actually. Greg is going all out to try to stall this one out right here. It's only one, though. Oh, and then Shaman has been cleaned up on water. He's going to lose his last 2 fishing ships soon. There's a good, like, 10-15 minute stretch where the Vil difference was over 100 for Taco's team as well. So even more difficult to hold a position like that. They went very all in, and they did a great job with it, but unfortunately they were not able to capitalize on that one.
Yeah, I think they over-invested on water a little bit. Because especially with how the map is between the two players, winning water is great. And just like we say in 1v1, you have to fight for water. It is worth fighting for water. But you didn't use it. You didn't fish. And we saw this kill so many players in 1v1 games where they invested thousands of res to win water and then didn't fish. And then they just had 40 pop space taken up by ships for an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know? And that kind of feels like what happened here. Obviously Shaw did fish, but it's so tough to see. Because it feels, I mean, the Vil numbers are evening out. If you just look at the state of the map, you feel like it looks pretty even. But the momentum is so in Taco's favor, and the comps are just so bad. It's hard to imagine how they come back.
Well, Blue just lost the castle, so that's one way. Slowly but surely. Camel's being mixed in now by Shaman is going to be quite helpful. Lacking all the attack upgrades, though.
Yeah, but even then, there are still a decent core of Gen Bow here. 20 Gen Bow. And
the Arbs are about to be cleaned up.
This map makes for it's like this one tiny little lane. It's brutal. Why now? Tell me this: why are Greg's ships not fighting here? You put all this res into ships. Why are they not here supporting?
Yeah, they are just hanging out over here. They could even range these Vils at the moment too.
Yeah, they could have turned that fight into a one-way fight. They could have killed so much.
Camel's diving for the Trebs and the Bombard cannons. Don't think they're going to make it out of here alive. There are a lot of Genbow here. I don't even know if they've taken down many or any siege at this point. I don't even see a single dead Trebuchet. That was a big dive, not really rewarded with much. Paladin have been sent back into the economy, starting to kill some trade as well. Shaman selling tons of food for gold at this point. But soon, I mean, he's lost water. Cannon galleons could be showing up.
Okay, so he is saying that they banned their two maps, the maps they wanted. So that would be Dry Lake and Forest. So I could see those maps suiting Greg's style a lot better. Fair enough.
Yeah, there were other maps, though, I feel like could have worked out for them, too, though. Like, Mott and Bailey wasn't selected, wasn't banned.
Oh, Mott and Bailey would be great for how he played, yeah.
I mean, they played it in their first set, so...
Yeah, definitely. Anyway, yeah, what a slog. This is one where it's just like, there are no tactics anymore.
Yeah.
It's just a meat grinder, and, but it's only going one way. I'd love to see some cannon galleons get mixed in for green. Take out this castle, hurt the eco. He's not exploiting water as fully as he could be. But a meat grinder like this in the middle, you know, you've been playing this kind of game. You get so much tunnel vision on these fights when the map is this tight.
Yep, absolutely. Production buildings going down in the front though. A castle will be constructed here for Blue, and this time this one should stand. But yeah, I think this one should be called here anytime, and we'll be going to a game number 5.
I mean, the castle won't go up if you don't build it, if you walk forward instead.
I think the siege was actually sitting there in its way, so he had to wait for it to move, but...
Yeah, I mean, please give me a cannon galleon. Honestly, for either side, Koreans or Italians on either team should be adding cannon galleon here.
Yep, trade is going strong, though, over here. Trade is started for Greg. Shaman, I don't see any trade, and I don't
even
think
then it's just about within range of the Genbow at this time. There's no keeping that alive.
Yeah, absolutely, and everything is getting pushed farther and farther back, and this is a lot of the farming economy here for Shaman. So expect this all to come to an end soon. A lot of production continuing to go down. 116 military to 57 here. And the Hussar really don't stand a chance against the Genbo.
Yeah, they're almost not worth making. I mean, I guess you don't have much else choice. I mean, when you don't have a ton of gold, you don't have any gold, really. You're just completely out of res here.
Yep. GG comes in. Taco is going to take game number 4 here, which means we're going to game 5.
Yeah. Quite the hold, right? Like, I
Yes.
mean, Cato's calling it out, but like they had completely lost water on both sides. They were pushed back. There were castles in their faces for both of them, um, but they held. They had the eco lead, and yeah, Shawbros could not close it out.
Yeah. Game 5, guys, we're going to take a look at home maps. We'll be on Bog Delta. So we will be going to Bog Delta next. And we have Vikings, Byzantines, Britons, and Slavs left for Shawbros. And then Taco's team has Dravidians, Celts, Malay, and Tatars remaining. So, gonna be fun. Gonna be interesting to see how this one finishes out. Gonna switch over here and load into game number 5. Bog Delta.
Oh,
What?
this is a disorienting experience.
Game 5, I'm at 5 seconds. You ready, Hitch?
I am ready.
3, 2, 1, go. Disorienting is something. Why
Tell me after all this time that this is not disorienting to you.
It is. It is indeed. For those who don't know, this map does not spawn in this direction, or it never spawned in this direction until recently. So the land should be down here. All right, guys.
No, it will also do this in 1v1 now. So, a little variety. Come on, you don't only want to use half your screen.
I mean, I might like to use the other half a little more.
All right, so Tatars with Dravidians, is that a water civ? I don't know these.
Yeah, they're naval civ for sure.
Okay, so it does look like you got a bit of a case of not understanding how to get the maps done. So for anyone watching who's curious, position on these fixed maps is determined by your lobby order within your team. So it's fixed. In this case, on this map, the first player in the lobby of your team will always be the water player. So, unfortunately, you have Tatars on the water and Dravidians, you're on the land side. But I think though that shouldn't matter.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be much of a big concern. Water is really something we haven't really seen come into huge effect thus far, but it's such a hard map to really determine if that's going to be something that we'll see at all, especially in these early game 2v2s. I think the latest we saw this go to was late Castle Age, as far as this bracket is concerned. Shaman Hitch explained that a little bit. Did you go into the details of how it spawns in for players, Hitch?
Yeah, I did just say that, and I've posted it around and I'll have to come out. It's based on, it's fixed, it will always be consistent. It's based on lobby order. So whichever player is first in your team will always have the same spot. In this case, on this map, the first player on your team in the water will always be up beside the water. But I mean, it's tough. It's just a way that the way the game is scripted. I can't really control that or make it more intuitive. Unfortunately, it would be nice if it went by like color order, right? So you could determine that way. But it's all good.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. We'll see how this one works out. Shawbros, not going to lie, Greg, probably really happy to be playing the Vikings here. Solid economy and long swords galore with extra HP. So we'll see if that comes into play. But
and all said, for the trouble they had, you do have the Vikings, more of a water civ on the water, so they figured it out, or they got lucky.
Yeah. I don't know which.
All right.
Greg is determined to wall this map. He is on it
He
early.
walls every map.
Ooh,
He's the walling master.
I love it. I love it.
I want Greg to be in every tournament we ever do because I love this energy.
He just gets an invitation.
Yeah, that's exactly. I want you to personally call him every time.
We have Shaman trying to be annoying here, and he is preventing this from happening here. Loom not in for green either, so I think he could have chased that Vil a bit and really been rewarded with some more HP loss, but we'll see if that is something we'll have to pay attention to. Green and blue both have their scouts forward here, so there's Loom on this Vil though already. Greg is aware of what he's doing.
Oh, I love you. I love you, but you're just a more well-rounded player. Is your problem? Come on, you gotta. Greg is distinctive here. You know, he's got a style. That he's really come out. Like if you do something crazy, most of your games, we're gonna remember you. But if you're just a good player, I mean, those are a dime a dozen.
So in other words, do more crazy things. Hitch likes you more. Oh, it's spectacular. But it's going to be fun. We'll see what happens here in Game 5. Honestly, the way this has been going, it's been back and forth. Obviously, 2 wins for Shawbros, followed by 2 wins by Taco's team. Game 5 for the series here. Economically, Taco has proven to be the more economic team. And we see our blue player will be looming and going up the feudal age while placing a second dock. So he plans on fighting for water here.
Yeah, I mean, I'm very interested to see how this map works out in 2v2s. 1v1, our last tournament, player barely even fished, which just never made sense to me. Even just fish, even if you don't think it's worth fighting for. A dock always makes sense, but I think with an extra player, one player being on the water side, you're going to always see the water fights in this on the 2v2 version.
Yep, militia on their way in. No doubt will turn into a man-at-arms rush, I imagine. And this Vil will be slowed down here, and the militia will waltz on in. Soon to be man-at-arms as well, which is huge. Keeping
Yeah,
green
and
off of gold.
I'm completely thrown off by Shaw being the one going for militia. That's Greg's job. Come on, stay in your lane. Stay in your lane, Shaw.
Oh, I thought maybe he was asking about the spawns. Maybe he was hoping for it to be opposite so that he was on water.
Yeah,
But
but yeah, who knows? Anyway.
yep.
Yeah, no, the scout play, we didn't give enough credit to that, but like the annoyance with that boar and then using the scout to keep the wall open there. Shaw is showing some masterful scout control.
Yeah, and I think Greg's probably going to lose water here given what I'm seeing on the opposite side right now. But the pressure from Shaw is doing an excellent job here. He's going to lose his scout potentially, but he's forced the opponents to both have their scouts here. We'll need to get the archery range up. Forced off of gold as well, which is huge over here. But he's going to walk under the town center, unfortunately.
And so fire ships are coming forward, but there's no defense from Greg, so unless Greg gets this production up real quick here, he's going to lose his fishing ships and get pushed off the water.
His defense is galley and stone walls, so it will be hard to deal with the fire ships that will be here so early.
Blue walls like me. That's all that we can say here.
Yes, let's wall everything and wall out my teammates. That is Hitch's walling for sure. Gotta get Hitch back to playing team games so we can remedy this walling, but it's all good. The fire ships will see the stone walls. They will have an idea of how this is gonna go down potentially. This is actually buying time for the galleys, ever so ironically. But
Yeah.
the fishing ships still very much at risk here. Something that will have to be paid attention to. And the stone walls gonna be up archers already out and headed forward here for Shaman. Forward tower is something we could easily see on this map too, and we did see it on one of the previous sets we saw on this map, which makes a lot of sense, I think.
Yeah, you definitely have a lot of ability to deny res on this map with a few towers. It's not a long walk for the landside players.
Yep, galley numbers are still growing, but the fire galleys are here and taking out the fish. I think he needs to send these galleys out and about. The fire galley numbers continue to grow as well. So it's going to be kind of difficult for him to keep this presence on water. The Viking economy, though, very helpful. The archers for Shaman doing a great job. Actually gonna force some palisade gate walls to come up here to try to stay on gold at this point.
Yeah, Greg's gonna have some real food troubles as his last berry bush goes up. He's off of fishing. He's getting a third dock up, but no food income. No farms.
Yeah, that's gonna hurt. Galleys are here, demo rafts too, but I think they're gonna be too late now. Economically, again, pretty close, but Taco's team has the advantage, even though a lot of ill pressure from just a few archers over here for Shaman. That's really the beauty that you spoke of earlier about their well-oiled machine. They have a strat. They are going for it. They're all inning as best they can here, putting as much pressure on land as they possibly can for Shaman, which has truly been a joy to watch thus far. What happened to the fire galleys? Oh, what happened over here? The fire galleys left. I don't know why.
I think they chased a galley that ran away.
Okay. Well, he's building docks still. He's committed to the water play here.
We need a classic Greg tower here to keep these docks safe.
And I don't know. I honestly think this is going to be hard to keep here, even with the towers, even if we build a couple of them. Demo will go in here, though. It might get some good damage in, but ultimately not the greatest. And Shaman is going to get cleaned up with the military inside the base here. Still has good archer numbers outside. Castle Age rapidly approaching here for our blue player.
Yeah, I mean, Vikings, great civ, good on water when you get there. I mean, a map with early water fights, though, it's so tough with the fire ship situation.
It is. And, I mean, he's lucky that he's been able to mass what he has. He's going to go send a few out. Maybe going to try to snipe some fish, even. I think more demos would be needed here. The galley number is just simply not going to be enough here. Ooh, the archers, though. Can they get in over here? Shaman's gone forward. If he's clicked past, he might be able to squeeze in over here. If this goes unnoticed, this could be really devastating to Blue's economy, who is going into what will be CA production, no question. He has 3 archery ranges. Okay, it does get noticed. He stops to shoot at the fishing ship. Looks like Oneville will inevitably die here.
But the back is still open. We don't know if Blue knows that. Oh, now he's mauling it.
Yeah, and water is completely lost for Greg. There's really not much he can do now. He's got too little, and this other dock he built in the very back edge, not really something he can do anything with here. Green's archers will come around the back, and they will clean up everything here. Cav archer numbers low for now, but will need to be growing. Double archer play right now. Castle Age on its way for the Dravidian player, though. Be curious to see what he goes into. Going for stone, so maybe some forward castles.
Yeah, so definitely feeling a little constricted starting here now for the Shawbros. But, I mean, obviously he still has these archers forward, but if there's any team, you know, any civ that's really good at the death ball, right, like Britain's, that extra range in those archers can do a whole lot in these constrained areas.
Yeah, archers get cleaned up for green too. The galleys actually come over here to assist with that, which is interesting that the galleys made it all the way over there. And actually, Greg's still on water. This was not cleaned up.
Oh. I mean, and he's got decent numbers. You know, the production has not stayed up from blue.
Yeah, he's been distracted with everything. We still have Shaman's crossbows here. That's going to be something to pay attention to. The Cav Archer numbers still pretty low, but are growing. And the
Right.
fire galleys look like they're going to get cleaned up here shortly.
So this is what I need to know from you, Mr. Juicy. Does this game go late enough? You gotta call it right now that the gold on the islands matters.
Oh, I hope so. I hope so. But we'll see. Forward siege with the Britain crossbows, not a bad plan at all. Problem is, though, the Cav Archer numbers are pretty good, so can withstand a good fight here. Economically, it's even right now. Militarily, Shawbros has the lead, and Shawbros is taking water positioning right now. No fishing yet, obviously. Oh, this dock over here. There's galleys stuck. How sad.
No production from blue. Seems like he's fine to give up water and focus on the cap archers. And Greg, he hasn't exploited fishing when he's won water before. I hope we don't see that again. If you're gonna invest this much into the galleys, please fish.
I think there's one element to this map that everyone seems to miss. I've only seen one game where someone's actually done it, and Greg might be doing it right now. Patrol the shoreline with your water. This is an easy way to hold a position here. And, I mean, these Cav Archers, if they meet up with the galleys and the crossbows, these Cav Archers aren't going to have a chance here.
The ram gets through the first layer of houses. This gate will not last. I don't know if this is enough crossbow, though, to keep off these Cav Archers, but like you said, the ships saving the day. The Cav Archers can't commit with the galleys in the way.
Yeah, and the gold is denied. Green is in the Castle Age, but he only has 2 archers. Cav Archer numbers are getting up there, but they're not all that high.
Yeah, but there's more than enough to deal with this. There's only 13 crossbow to 16, 18 Cav Archers.
Yeah, I think you pull back here with your crossbow.
Yeah,
just mass
definitely.
and hold water.
Save the crossbow, definitely. I would like to see Greg clear blue off of water. I don't think blue's coming onto water again soon, but use the galley. You can harass some of the wood eco. Make it uncomfortable for him.
Greg has demos in the middle.
Oh, your favorite.
Greg has just become a legend on this channel.
Green has 1,300 stone, Kato. So he could get a castle up at any point here, and it would be quite bad for Shaman.
All the attention is over here, though, and there's a mangonel, there's crossbows here. Green wants to build here. Shaman, like you said, needs to deal with water. He does have a forward galleys now, so he is starting to pay attention to this. And this ultimately becomes a outlast your opponent's game. Mangonel forward here, gonna get a good shot on the Cav Archers, as a lot of Cav Archers went down there. They're keeping this open right now. And our green player wants to place a very forward castle.
Yeah, but
Vills
that will
are
not
coming
happen
forward.
with the war galley.
Shaman just has to be careful not to lose his mass here. That's going to be very important for them to keep.
The Cav Archers come in on it.
Oh, Mangonel's
Mangonel
get a beautiful shot.
Yeah, but the HP way in favor of the crossbow, and the Cav Archers have to run back.
Did that castle die? No, he deleted it. Okay.
No, yeah, villagers have to run back. Yeah, docks will be going down for blue. I feel like only a few minutes ago it felt like the Shawbros were the ones boxed in, but now momentum's really changed. Greg, he's got to pay attention. These ships are not firing on the villagers.
They can't reach.
What are these ships?
They're just out of
Oh,
range.
they just out of range. Great placement by blue. Now,
Botcanaro's just now on its way
Greg has
in.
to get out of there.
But the
Here will
Viking
not be
economy
time.
behind this, for someone who goes longswords, could be a lot of fun to watch. We'll have to wait and see. It is double archer play with the cav archers and soon to be just archers, or maybe just full skirm. Gonna be fun to watch. I still think that you patrol all of these galleys on this shoreline and you do not let military across the map. These cav archers could run across. They wouldn't find much damage, but still. Ooh, elephant archers from our Davidian player, actually. So that's an interesting one.
Yeah, I mean, Britons will not like to see that, right?
Not at all, but they're worried about this push in the south. And I think they have to be. There's a lot of res here that it needs to be secured, and it just isn't right now. I would love to see barracks start to go down for Greg, though.
I don't think it makes sense. I mean, I love Greg's style, but against cav archers, LE archers, it just doesn't feel like a winning move. I mean, especially if he's able to exploit these islands, get some TCs up out there, and have all that gold. I mean, aren't Berserks better in this case? I mean,
Big fight here, though. 2v1. Mangonel's doing what they can, but there's not going to do enough. Cav Archer's really just tanking shots right now. These archers need to move back. He needs to try to save this mass. He does not want to lose
and
all
he
of
will.
this.
He's going to take out all the cav archers, micro back, and the elephant archers will not be able to keep up with the crossbow.
Yeah,
So
the
he will
ships,
save the numbers.
the ships being here is big, too. The demos could do a lot of damage to this military. Greg doing a great job on water pressuring still.
Yeah, he's doing great. Really pinning him in. I want to see him transport. I want to see he is fishing. So that is great to see. I think at this point Shaw should. I mean, I guess he's going archers. He doesn't really need the food to go fishing, but I like that he didn't pull back all the way. You know, like he pulled back. He kept those archers alive, but he didn't make the mistake of falling all the way back to his base. He's still forward. He's still making green uncomfortable.
Yeah, and there's a gold here. I think that is a big thing that is going to be...
It is the main gold.
Yeah, and there's very limited gold on this map on your main islands here between the bog. The main gold sources on the map are if you win water, and there's tons of gold and stone out here. He's too anxious with these crossbows, though. He's making me so nervous. You cannot fight these elephant archers. There's just no way. He's going to switch into skirmisher, which actually is a good idea here, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I love that he's putting the pressure on and keeping the military occupied. I just wish Craig was able to do something to
Greg is imping,
this.
so...
Yeah, that's great. I'm not discounting that. I just wish Shaw's doing such a good job keeping the military busy. If he could push with something other than water, it would be great.
Yeah, Green's going to try for another castle on this gold, knowing how important that gold is. And he might get it up because these are patrolling, and I don't think he's paying attention to this, as he's going to drop a castle of his own down here. Military's on the move. Forward castle from Shaman on that gold is big. But this military, is it going to get across here without being noticed is the question.
Shaw's got to go forward now, and he is. Please go forward. You got to get in there.
Use the demos. Look at the elephants.
Demo. They're there. Greg, pay attention.
He's patrolling everything. He doesn't even realize. Oh, there comes one. It's not going to get there.
Oh, here.
Oh, yes. Now we're talking.
Got some. All right. But here's the problem now. Shaw has full access to this base. I wish he was getting more out of that access. But, you know, you can't push comfortably forward to green. Though, look at this. He's going to trap him. That's the plan, right? You loop around, you pin in the crossbow. But it's not going to happen with the castle and ships here.
Yeah. And these ships, they are not going to be doing the greatest exchange here, but there's docks for green now. And we are seeing the barracks play. It is coming into effect. He's open. I think Shaman's open here, too. So these could technically just run back, and that could spell a lot of trouble.
They could. That's 100% correct. And they don't have the stone for another castle for defense. This is a perilous situation. I hate that Shaw is attacking buildings with his archers.
The Thursadai! The Dravidian's special ship.
That's a handsome ship. I've never seen this before.
What
does it do?
It fires multiple projectiles like a galleon. The crossbows are exposed. The Thurstidai are going to be a problem. Good news, though. We have transport ships. And we have man-at-arms being researched for Greg, which, if he can get into the economy, could be huge. But that's a big question as to if right now.
Alright. 4 production coming up for Shaw. He's not going to be able to hold this position. He's got a lot of units here, but there are a lot of units from the enemy. It's 2v1. I mean, it just feels like Greg hasn't been making military for a while here.
Yeah. And this is going to get cleaned up heavily.
Heavy demo coming in for Greg. Heavy demo.
We are going to see stable switch here from our blue player as well. Shaman's still holding this position, which is impressive. Longswords on their way as far as research is concerned. But no production, only 2 barracks on the map. 3 barracks on the map for Greg.
I just don't understand. Heavy demo with no demo ships on the field.
Well, I think it's because he wants to try to demo these. I don't even know if a demos are the right answer. So
he's building them on the top of the map behind his castle. So yeah. So we'll have to watch for the demo shots. Numbers are just getting whittled away for Shaw. Two archer ranges cannot sustain this in a 2v1 fight.
Yeah, there are
counters here.
There are some galleon here in the north that looks like the Therisidai are coming to deal with. It will be 16 of them against 11, but 2750 HP to 2300 HP, multiple projectiles, is a problem. But this is the thing, they're holding enough and they're taking enough position that they could still overwhelm by outlasting, I feel.
Yeah, no, this is a great game so far. I just wish Greg would get out on the island.
There are demos coming forward. Where are they going to go? If they come out on water, there are heavy demolition ships.
Yeah, those demolition ships were made for the weird ships. Thursidai, whatever.
The Thursidai, I'm calling them. I have no idea if that's right. Thursidai? Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, I feel like if the Shawbros is losing the momentum, and if they lose the momentum, they lose here. They have less eco. They haven't expanded onto the islands. They're losing momentum. If this momentum fails, and the Shaw he's pushed out of the base, he loses his forward castle. He's losing his forward archer range. I feel like that's hard to come back here. They're losing water now.
The transport's gonna make it, I think.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Why is he transporting?
He wants to go into the base of blue.
But they could have walked.
I know, but that's why.
You could have walked the longswords and then built castles out on the islands. But coulda, woulda, shoulda. You know, they're in for the fight. I mean, shipwright coming in from Taco, so they know this might not last. This might take a while. what is their gold situation like? It can't be good. 10 piles of gold remaining for the Taco team.
Mm-hmm. And they have water control now, though. Like, not control, but they have a good presence on water now. These Therissidae, man, could be problematic. Two-handed swordsmen show up. We'll walk into the eco here. We'll see what kind of damage they can get done. There's only 11, 12, 13 of them, something like that. The heavy demo ships do not even get close in small numbers, so Greg hoping, but that's not going to do much. Light Cav, everything's on its way to deal with these few units. I don't even know, Shawman not up yet? No, he is up, and he's making skirm. He's full skirm. Elite Ellie Archer on its way in.
Yeah, because what is their gold situation like on home? I mean, it can't be much better. Yeah, it
No,
looks like
not good. Not good.
8 tiles, and most of those are depleted. Yeah, I mean, I think players underestimating the value of the gold out on the island. If both teams are getting to the point where they're getting low on gold at home.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I don't even know. I mean, there's a lot of gold that isn't even being taken for green because he just got it back. He's just now headed in that direction. There's only a few trebs on the map altogether here. The Therissidae are cleaning up the galleon, although the heavy demos did do a good job here. We do see longboats coming out onto the map. That could be something here.
Yeah,
They're not
Blue
elite, though.
selling
They're
tons of wood here. I mean, and he has it to spare for now, but selling wood on a map with this much water always feels a little icky to me. Especially when there's gold out there, you just gotta go take it.
Yeah, and this will be the problem now, though. The light cav are going to show up, and all these skirmishers, there's like 70 of them on the map, it looks like. 65, actually. Not going to really stand much of a chance.
Yeah, a Tuville castle might get denied by these like have.
Math barrack numbers coming down now. I mean, Halb is probably the best option here. Oh, we're going to see some disgusting demos right here.
Oh man.
They can't get through the skirmishers.
Oh, yikes.
Blue also going to get back on
two
water.
champions killing Vills. Vills dying in big numbers here.
33 economic units killed for those. Holy crap. I mean, this is essentially who's going to outlast who, and Blue is getting transport ships, so I think he's going to head out to the islands. I feel like Greg should have made much better use of that, but...
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Greg was pretty idle there for the mid-game. If he had gotten TCs and castles up out on the water, he would have been much more able to fall back to resist the Therissidae, or whatever the hell they're called.
Yep.
And be in just such a stronger position right now. Now, I mean, if you see another 1,000 wood sold by Blue for gold, I mean, he needs to get out on those islands. I hope they know they're there.
Oh, they do. For sure. I mean, he's going to send Vills. He has to, right? The Therissidae are controlling water now. This is the big question as to what they really think this is going to do. We do have some trade started here, which is good. On the opposite side, no trade for Taco's team. Interesting. They were always the ones to prepare trade first, and now they aren't even on to that.
I mean, the Vills are going forward to the transports now. They will not need
it.
It's not only gold out here, it is, there's tons of gold available on these islands, so.
Yeah, big demos. Maybe. Oh my god. The skirmishers will die to demos if they get there. But the Therissidae are owning on water. This is the problem right now. Wood?
Yeah, ultimately, I think where we're at right now is Taco has enough land military that Shaw can't kill them, and they are off. Shaw is off of water. they're going to starve them. There's next to no gold left. There might not be any gold left.
No, they're not
Yeah,
mining gold.
there's no gold for Shawbros, and that's it. That's the game right there. I mean, it has to be finished out. They can fight with trash here, and they're trading. It's not nothing, and they still have a decent chunk in the bank. But I don't think you win this game when your opponent has free access to gold on these islands, and you don't.
Yeah, and can you push without siege this moment? And the answer is just no. Yeoman's just now going to be coming in here. Finally adding in the pikemen as well. But, like you said, gold discovered out here, and there's a lot of gold. A lot of gold. These have normal 800 per tile. And let's just double click on that. There's 43.8k gold on the islands. Thericidite, cleanup. We also have Galleon. We could see Cannon Galleon at some point here. Have yet to see that, but that would be a very nice idea. Could clean up a lot on the shoreline.
There's a decent mass of 30 Arbalest for Shaw, but he's facing Skirm and Elephants, and he cannot replace these Arbalest. There's so little gold income.
There are 50 champions from Green, or from Greg.
Which I love. It's not the map for it. If they had been able to get Forest or Dry Lake, I think they would have won this game if they had one of their maps. This doesn't feel possible anymore.
50 champions, though. The military numbers are really ahead for Shawbros. Obviously, gold is a major concern, but if they only have gold and they lose a lot of their mainland in their economy, it could really drag this one on for quite some time here. Stone being taken on the front now by Shaman as well, so he could even sell that for some gold. Have to see how this works out as the champions will be arriving here now.
I mean, there isn't a ton that can stand up to these champions here. It's
There's
Skirms
not.
and Husser.
Yeah. But he needs to
not
fight.
fighting.
Oh no.
You gotta fight.
Now
Okay,
they're gonna fight. They clean up a lot. Now he's just gonna send them farther in. I think the production needs to be forward now for these. I think running is such a question mark at this point, though. Running back into the economy.
And Greg's done a great job still fighting on the water. He's not given up water. Unfortunately, they're not taking the res, but he's not given up on water. Unfortunately, though, Green, all the islands are now taken by Taco.
Yeah, and that was a big push that did help a lot, but there's not a follow-up. The follow-up is behind, and it's just now being produced and not being sent forward, so...
The follow-up doesn't exist because there's no gold.
Well, they have a ton of trade now, so they definitely have gold.
I know, but I'm looking
cart.
at the gold income. It's a very short trade route, and it's very congested.
It's true. Town center even out here now on the island. Gonna have a relic be collected here. Shaman has not been able to hold this castle. He's not going to be able to hold this castle with all the siege here. The Hussar coming in. The longboats come forward, but aren't going to be able to do much. Silk armor even coming in now, so even some trade going to be happening here, looks like.
Yeah, this has just been a great game. I mean...
This is a huge mass of elephant archers. Elite elephant archers as well. 22 of them, 6,400 HP. The champions are on the map, but there's not many of them. Only 33 now. Longboats are not in enough mass, I don't think, to do much here. The siege is here, the demos are here. They've done work, but I don't know if it'll be enough now. Castle goes down. This position, ever so important. The trade is right back behind these production buildings. I think the Hussar could just dive in if they get past the champions here. And if the Hussar get in, it may be game over.
Yeah, there's just so much HP on these elephants. I mean, it's 6,000 to 1,000 HP in this fight right now. I mean,
Yeah, and the Hussar are going to get in. The champions aren't going to be there. Honestly, the wood is running out. Yeah, there's not much
yeah,
of anything left here.
safe wood is definitely running out for everyone. Really, I mean, obviously, Taco's safe because they control water here, but I mean, the gold income on these islands, I just can't imagine. Like, this game has been such a close game with this situation. If the Shawbros had gold, this game would have lasted a long time. If they would have controlled an island or two.
I think it comes down to the mid game that you were talking about. Where was Greg?
Yeah.
He really, I mean, he invested a lot early into the land or the water economy, which then disappeared quite quickly. And then after that, it was like it took him forever to get to champion, which he now has champion, but it's far too late, and they're losing a lot of territory, lost the water, and now we see, as soon as this is broken here, the trade will be just wiped up.
Yeah. I mean, you thought the trade was inefficient before, right? Just wait until a couple Hussar are blocking them.
Yeah, and the populations are still really high for both teams. Shawbros still has more villas, actually, but just the units that are on the map right now, much better for Taco's team.
Yeah, I mean, the value of units is just insane. It comes down to the gold. I mean, 14K versus 5K military value. um,
Yeah, and this is all going to get cleaned up here. Green has 20,000 food. Yes, there's a lot of food. The GG comes in. Good luck next. Well played. What a set.
yeah, I mean, I've got to agree with chat here. Best game of the series. You know, we got a best of 5, a reverse sweep, and both teams made Game 5 worth watching.
Absolutely. Wow.
I mean, what more could you ask for? Heavy demo shots, elephant archers, longboats versus these weird new ships. I mean, just the champions from Greg. I mean, you got a little bit of everything on that game right there. That was beautiful.
Yeah, I'm blown away. It was a great set. I'm honestly pleasantly surprised how this map worked out. We haven't seen a ton of 2v2s on this map other than playtesting them. And I'm not going to lie, this is probably the only one that has gone to this late of a game where we're running out of resources and players actually have to go take gold out on the island. Crazy.
Yeah, I feel like it's such an interesting decision that players are gonna have to make when they're playing this map because obviously if you go out too early, you're putting wood into transport ships, into a TC. You're building villas on gold you might not need yet. You don't want to do it too early. But if you're in Greg's position, you got to be kicking yourself because you had water control for so long. If you had, you could have taken many thousands of gold. That could have made all the difference.
Yeah, I mean, if Taco's team doesn't have gold, they didn't have trade, it could have been a different outcome for sure.
Yeah, and the amount of even pop space that went into trade there for the Shawbros was hurting them in those fights at the end. So, yeah, I mean, I feel like players going forward on this map have to look at this and, you know, very heavily weigh how early to try to get on those islands.
I think it just shows
Beautiful.
the diversity of the map too. Like, it's such a good balance, I feel, now that I've seen it play out to this level. Like, water can be so useful, and the push was great for Shaman. He had a great position. I mean, there's still gold here. The main gold is still not taken up here. Like,
Yeah, he did amazing. Like it, the people talking about like this game being the best of the series. I mean, it's because each team on like two or three different occasions, I thought they had it locked up. You know, like that's
yep,
a good game. It's when you think one team has it, and then you think the other team has it, and then it goes back again and again. I mean, amazing. But definitely, the orientation was great, Gatos. I think, if the map had been flipped the other way, easy Shawbro victory, right? I mean, it's really comes down to the map orientation for everything.
yeah, crazy, crazy good game, crazy good set. I'm super pleasantly surprised with this one. Oh, well, guys, we're gonna update the bracket here. It is super late. We're gonna have to be calling it, so we're just gonna dive in. Spoilers. If you guys want to see any of the previous sets, exclamation point YouTube. I'll throw it up for you guys. And if you guys are interested in participating in the next bracket, which we expect players to be like 1650 or lower, you can sign up in the Discord. I'll throw that in there for you as well. But we're going to update the bracket, so if you do wish to avoid spoilers, this is your last chance to dive out before that comes up. What a set. Holy shit.
Great set. I definitely hope to see more of Shaw and Greg. I hope they had fun on the maps. I hope they enjoyed these custom maps. I hope we see them in future 1v1s and team tournaments as they come along. Maybe for some team games even, whether against them on the ladder or with them. It's great, and I look forward to seeing what Taco does in the next set that they have.
Yeah, absolutely. And they will move on to face the Ninja Warriors in the semifinals here. We're trying to get this update real quick. There we go. And I'm not sure, but I think they've already played. I think they were messaging me about it, so we'll see. And on a side note, we do have an admin win here as well. HVU moves on. Floop on the boat, unable to complete their games, so they will be moving on as well. Sad, but these things happen. Hitch, without you, this wouldn't have never happened, man.
Well, I'm glad I could do it because that set was worth the dozens of hours I put into making all these maps.
Absolutely, absolutely, man. Appreciate it, dude. Thanks for joining me. I'm gonna be ending the stream. Anything you'd like to say to the audience before we peace
Hey,
out?
thanks for everyone showing up. Hey, sign up still. Sign up for the next bracket. Um, I don't care how low your elo is. Come on, join in. The worst can happen if you get stomped on a fun new map, right? But hey, it's after midnight. I gotta get to sleep. So, good night, everyone.
Night Hitch. Thanks again, man. Everybody who's out there, appreciate you for hanging out for this one. We're gonna just call it right here. I'm not even gonna worry about sending you guys anywhere. It's super late. Hitch and I both have 3 kids, so we're probably both gonna be woken up in like 2 hours. So, good night. Thank you guys.